so many folks getting a kick out of it. Shell, the world's best-selling gasoline.
Hey, are we supposed to go this way now? Yeah.
to my left. Sean Drayton. Up his hand. We're supposed to be having a pep rally now. Keisha Garner. That's better. Give everybody a big round of applause now. Let's get a little spirit to it. Lindsay Page. And Melissa Waddell. Okay, and now the King. 1994, we'll present the football to him. Our King of 94 is Danny Stuckey. Let me say something for just a second. Congratulations, well deserved. Tomorrow night, guys, y'all listen up just a second. Tomorrow night, we're going to have an opportunity to make history that we haven't done in 56 years in Atlanta, Texas. We're going to be moving from one football field to another. Anytime you make moves, there's always memories. There's always good memories. There's always some bittersweet memories. The thing that we want to remember about this high school in the last 56 years is all the good things. Let's always forget the bad things as we move over to the new high school and new stadium. There's so many people fought so hard to get because of times in which we had to vote bond issues in, the cost of these things, the superintendent, our school board, and the people in our community. We're going to have a complex over there one of these days, in the next few years, where everything will be in one area with all the things that we need in a high school. This field, going back to the 1930s, and all the people that played on it, band members, alumni. Tomorrow night, big festivities. The chili cook-off. Please come out and support, get there early, and let's have a good evening. It's going to be like it is right now tomorrow. Let's bring our community together because high schools and school systems can do that. No better time to do it than the fall of the year, homecoming 94, lots of activities. So let's all have a good time the rest of the week. And remember, have a good night also Saturday at the Bank Coach and Steve. Thank God.
evening from the class of 1943 and 44. They're sitting just to the south side press room. With this class, please stand as we give you a recognition. Class of 43 and 44. Members of this class have come from far away in Minnesota, Indiana, the first group of the rabbits took in round for whom the rabbits were made. Today's flowers to their needs are Jeff Star and Brad Hall. Barely is a resident of Thailand. At this time, we'd like to present our nominees for homecoming queen. First is Florence Abel. Florence is escorted by Ronnie Summit. She is the daughter of Ron and Gil Abel. She's been a cheerleader for 4 years and is executive secretary of the Scout Scouts. She's a member of the National Honor Society, Spanish Club, Speech and Drama Club. Our next contestant is LaShawn Reed. He was put on his deal by Casey Kidd. She's the daughter of Alfred and Emma Joseph. LaShawn is an active member of the Young Democrats at FHH and holds positions of treasurer for both. She's a member of the Shiloh Missionary Baptist Church. Our next contestant is Lakeisha Garner. Lakeisha is escorted on the field by Jason and Jen, her father, James Ryan. She's the daughter of Mr. and Mrs. James Garner. She participates in basketball at track and school and sings in her church choir. Our next contestant is Lindsay Pete. Lindsay is escorted on the field by Craig Stebbins and her father. She's the daughter of James and Linda Page. She's been a cheerleader for 4 years, is executive president of the Student Council, vice president of DECA, and the president of the Rock History Club. Lindsay is a member of the SCAD, the Spanish Club, and leads for the softball team here in the final high school. And our final contestant is Melissa Waddell. She's escorted on the field by this side and her father. Melissa is the daughter of Gary and Esther Jones. She's active in FCA, Spanish Club, World History Club, and Young Republican. There you have the contestants for this year's homecoming queen. And we're now to the winner, the 1994 homecoming queen, Miss Melissa Waddell. That concludes the presentation of this year's nominee, a homecoming queen, and the presentation of the 1942-43 homecoming Thank you.
Good evening and welcome to another edition of Atlanta Rabbits football right here on AQC TV. I'm Andy Rushing.
Along with me, I'm Steve Rushing.
And you're looking down here at Bivins-Trice Stadium right now. Most likely the last time you'll see the Atlanta Rabbits cheerleaders here as they get ready as the Atlanta school songs being played. You notice as the camera pans through a crowd of many people who have either played in the bands or on the football team or in some way or another worked on the Bivins-Trice Stadium field over the years.
A lot of people here, Andy. This is an old field and it's an old tradition. It's great watching everybody kind of stand in awe as they listen to the band play for the last time, the alma mater here on this field.
That's right. Next year we're moving over to the high school. They'll be in a brand new facility, and you know, it'll be nice to have the new facility. Things change, but there's going to be a lot of memories left out here on this field. A whole lot of them, and we're going to miss it. A few moments ago, we had a crowning of a homecoming queen.
Yes, Miss Melissa Waddell. Congratulations, along with her homecoming escort, Mitch Savage.
That's right. We say congratulations out to them as they're the 1994 Rabbit homecoming king and queen. And anyway, Steve, we got some football going on tonight.
Sort of.
Yeah, the Atlanta Rabbits and the New Boston Lions, as you notice, huge crowd out here for the Atlanta Rabbits tonight, and there may be 100 people out there for the New Boston Lions so far. Of course, they could have trouble parking with the crowd tonight.
Well, Andy, it's what you can expect. Atlanta's already in the playoffs. Tonight can cinch first place in the district no matter what.
That's true.
New Boston's on just a downer season. They haven't had anything go right for them, and there was a lot of publicity about them at the beginning of the season.
That's right. New Boston was supposed to take third, maybe even give Hooks a run for their money in the second place, and things just haven't panned out. They've lost some key games, and so coming into tonight, the only thing they've got to play for is pride. And speaking of pride, you see the homecoming 94 sign set up here for the Rabbits as they get ready to come on the field. And Steve, we're going to have a fired up team tonight. I got to talk to Coach Melton a little bit before the game, and he says they better be ready.
Yeah, they better. Now, for all that's happened with New Boston this year, we do know for a fact they've got one of the larger teams we've seen this year.
That's right, and the Rabbits are getting ready to come on the field here now. You'll be seeing them breaking through in just a minute. We'll let the crowd tell the story. Take the field, the balloons go up, the
bombs blast.
Some pyrotechnic action out here tonight. Nobody was ready for that, Steve.
Including me.
Anyway, the Rabbits are coming on the field, do their final stretch out, and we're going to be back in just a second with the opening coin toss, or the coin toss here tonight at Bivins-Trice Stadium for the last time. We'll be back after this on AQC TV.
Are you being bugged? Then give Steve or Andy a call at Russian Pest Control, 796-7533. Complete Pest Control. Call Steve or Andy and they'll come rushing to your aid. That's Russian Pest Control. Call them at 796-7533. Russian Pest Control.
Atlanta Rabbits captains taking the field tonight. Of course, all the seniors backing them up. We've got Ken Harrison, we've got Jeff Bout, we've got Jason Inslee, and that's number 60, Mitch Savage. This crowd is fired up tonight, Steve.
Not only is the crowd fired up, Andy, I have noticed just an unbelievable depth in these guys. They are really fired up. I hadn't seen one that's just been able to stand still. Every one of them just moving and prancing. Look at the captains. Watch their feet. They can't even stand still out there. They're ready to get after it.
They're cranked up. It's going to be a good time tonight. I can see a few more fans from New Boston starting to trickle in now. Obviously,
it might have been hard getting in here with the homecoming activities.
There's the toss, and we get the indication from the referees.
I don't see Harrison jumping up and down like he normally does.
Looks like the Rabbit defense will get to show off first.
We'll take that.
I mean, that's why I always enjoy watching the defense come out first. It just sets a good tone. Like I was saying, New Boston, it's been a few years since we played them. Their fans obviously forgot what a deal it is to try and park over here. That is one of the advantages we'll have with the new stadium.
I did hear Mr. Tomerlane trying to describe to a couple of them earlier how to get back around to the other parking lot.
It's going to be interesting. It is one of the nice things about the new stadium, though. They're planning on some serious parking. They're planning for things that weren't even conceived of when the stadium was built.
There aren't that many fans of our opponents that will be upset to see the stadium go because of the parking. Now, of course, many of them will be glad to see it go just because of the defeats they've had out here.
There's a lot of tradition out here, though. The Lions take the field now. Get ready. Let's see who we're going to have back to receive. This is something different this year. Not playing any of these teams that don't have anything really to draw on. 21 is Wayne Sanders. He's going to be back there to receive. He's a pretty good sized individual. Number 4 is Tony Jennings. Both of them listed as tailbacks. And at number 2, up in the shallow position, that's going to be Carlton Wade. Over here on this side, number 9 is Robert Brumsey. Rabbits set up in their...
Andy, we've got as many seniors on our team as they do team.
I don't doubt that.
And counted 25 for them.
Coach Scharnberg has said week after week, he's never had this many seniors and this much leadership on a team before.
And it looks that good coming up on the JV. They had another good season this year.
And the Rabbits are on the field now. There's Adam O'Kelly getting ready to set the kick. I try not to just keep blowing this young man's horn for him, but his kickoffs and his PATs and everything just get better and better. Rabbit crowd on their feet. Oh, no.
Boston
nice
better be ready.
Boomer back to about the 10. It's taken at about the 10. Oh, good wedge up the middle.
Oh.
With the Rabbit return team swarms at the 31, and the Lions will take over there with a 1st and 10.
Andy, we had 6 guys blow past him before.
They keep overrunning the plays. Something Coach Melton, I'm sure, is thrilled with and has to watch at the same time because the speed is there, but sometimes you get up just too much ahead of steam. Set the Rabbit defense for you. That's going to be, of course, Justice and Oliver there at the 2 important tackles. Handoff, this one's going to go up the middle. They're going to probe that left side, and it's going to go nowhere with Randy Garner there.
Andy, it hadn't been that many weeks. That was our weakest move right there.
That's right. Randy Garner has definitely taken care of that problem over at that right defensive end. Left end tonight will be Donnie Hunt. Linebackers, of course, will be 23 Greg Fields, number 60 Mitch Savage, and why is my mind going back? Of course, number 30. Sorry, Debbie. Chad Melton over here at the left linebacker. Brad McCall in close in the left cornerback. Melton and Savage showing blitz. Break around the right side. Fumble, and 2 Rabbits jump on it.
They may give it to us, Andy. I'm not sure.
Give the ground caused the fumble.
No. Nope.
Referees are indicating they did.
Oh, almost a big break.
And it's going to be 3rd and about 6 now for the Lions as they keep it on the ground here. Everybody else has come out throwing so far this year, trying to probe the Rabbit secondary. They've come out with a ground game.
They haven't been known for much of a passing game at all.
Well, look at that Rabbit defense playing in close there, Steve. They're not even worried about the pass. Handoff up the middle.
Nowhere.
It's going to be short. They're coming out of that
short by a lot
formation, Steve, and they're really trying to blow it right up the middle of the Rabbit line, but it's going to leave them 2 yards short, and they'll be forced to punt on 4th down tonight.
Great showing right to begin the game with them by the Atlanta D.
That front 4 of the Rabbits doing a good job of stopping the run there. Now we'll get a look at the Rabbit offense. Billy Oliver back deep to receive the return zone. It's a punt to the left side. It's not going to be returned, I don't think. That was just an accident. It looked like it got downfield that far. It stopped about the 40-yard line and rolled till about the Rabbits' own 20.
38-yard punt. Really, it could have been, it just had to go lucky bounce there.
Well, you're not going to set your return for a 15, 20-yard punt. You're planning on 40 and 50-yarders. So Oliver did the wise thing. He just got away from it.
We are on 23.
That's right. Here comes Coach Scharnberg setting up that Colorado offense he talked so much about last week. We'll have Casey Kidd to the left here as the lone outback. Flag on the field as Dickerson breaks a good 8-yard run. Make it 5. But it's probably going to be brought back on a procedure call against the Rabbits.
I hope you're wrong. I didn't see what happened, but I hope you're wrong.
Let's see. Setting that Rabbit line for you as we go along. That's going to be number 65, Anthony Nickelberry.
That's 5 yards for us, Andy.
55, Kevin Capel. Jason Banks, number 75, at that outside tackle. 72, Marwin Oliver coming at the right offensive tackle tonight.
1st and 5, we'll take that.
Kel Melton at the left tight end. That's going to be Jeff Fouch at the right tight end. Billy Oliver split right to the right. Casey Kidd once again to the left. Dickerson lone back in the backfield. It's going to be the quarterback option. Harrison.
Oh, he saw a seam and went for it.
Boy, he broke that with big time yardage, Steve, and there's not a flag on the field.
No.
It just wouldn't be a first series without a flag, though. Gotten kind of used to the little things.
13-yard pickup there for Mr. Harris.
By the New Boston Lions.
That's real early.
I'll tell you what, we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more right after this on AQC TV. Looking good.
Melanie Thompson Insurance, located at 102 West Hiram in Atlanta. America can depend on Farmers Insurance, and Atlanta, Queen City can depend on Melanie Thompson Insurance for auto, life, or home insurance. That's Melanie Thompson Insurance, located at 102 West Hiram, Atlanta. Call her at 796-7403 or 796-5853. America can depend on Farmers Insurance, and Atlanta, Queen City can depend on Melanie Thompson Insurance.
Timeout called by the Lions at 9:32 to go in the first quarter. Rabbits moving down the field quite handily, actually. Hand off to Dickerson. He's going to spin for maybe 1. You know, maybe that Colorado offense, as Coach Scharnberg's calling it, giving a little confusion there to the New Boston defense.
Well, that's strange too, Andy, because like we were talking about at the break, if anybody has any scouting on us or any film on us, it's New Boston. They've been with us for every game this year.
Because they've always played the team that we've
right.
played, you know, behind us. 22, Emu James over here on the left side now. I think we're going to get a jump off the Lions. Play stop. Let's see who they call. Lions cross the line of scrimmage, and the Rabbits are applauding, and the officials are pointing against the Lions. So
that's just another smart move.
Yeah. I guess they were trying to beat the count there, Steve. Maybe to try and get ahead of Harrison or Dickerson before they could get off the tee, because they're quick off the line.
You know, you heard too much knowledge is a dangerous thing.
Well, too much of Everett Dickerson is a dangerous thing tonight. Twin splits once again. Everett, that single back, quarterback keeper, he's going to hold on to it. And Steve, he's going to have the first down before he's jerked down over the 50-yard line into New Boston territory at about the 46-yard line, Steve. That's 2 good runs by Ken Harrison tonight.
That's right, Andy. Excellent run.
You know, you have a lot of running options, and you don't out of this single backfield. I mean, basically what you're doing is you're handing the ball to Everett and saying, find your hole either to the left or the right.
Which is not a bad thing when you got a runner like Everett.
That's right. And also you've got Ken Harrison. Whenever they run the option play, I mean, all he's doing is either looking for an opening or he's pitching it off to Everett, one of the two, whichever looks the best. That's your running plays, and that's short and sweet. Hand off straight up the middle to Everett. He finds his hole for about a 3-yard pickup. Make it 2.
The nice thing about it is they're going to get so many runs in here, and then they're going to sneak in with a pass, and it's going to catch New Boston off balance.
We haven't seen Harrison's right arm so far. Don't be surprised here at 2nd and 9. I called that wrong. At 2nd and 9, if we don't see Ken try and air this out. That little sideline pass to Casey Kidd, and Billy Oliver's been working well. We've got Bashy Noel now over at the right split out. Casey Kidd to the left.
Got him
And
again.
We're going to have a flag against New Boston, most likely, for lining up in the neutral zone as Harrison on the keeper brings it up to about the halfway mark for the first down. He's going to be brought down at just
no doubt. Another over-anxious New Boston player on that one, Andy.
Well, they're trying to get off the line quick here. Was he drawn?
Oh, no doubt he was drawn. Of course, it was voice impediment, not.
And the officials get ready to mark it off. Now they're marking off against New Boston. Steve, that's going to bring up a 2nd and 2.5, maybe 3. No, I'm wrong. 2nd and 4. For the Rabbits, and they'll get another shot at this. The Lions, few pregame jitters here tonight.
Well, that gives them three penalties for 15 yards. Usually that's where we're at by this point.
They're coming out of that 43 defense tonight. Hand off to Everett. Everett is met in the backfield, Steve.
You reckon they're waiting on somebody, Andy?
I mean that. The offensive line is definitely going to have to do something about that massive penetration. That's one of the reasons Coach Schomburg made all those adjustments was to try and stop that. Steve, he never had a chance to run the ball.
Back to about what, 3rd and 7?
Yeah. Collins to the left now, and we're going to Billy Oliver to the right. Back, like you said, about 3rd and 7 to go for the Rabbits on the first down. Dickerson still in the backfield. And fake to Dickerson. He gets a good block for Ken. There's a pitch.
Yes,
to Billy
sir,
Oliver.
Mr. Billy Oliver.
Man, it's right out there at about the 33-yard line. Perfect throw, perfect catch. Just the way you like to see him, Steve, down and out. Rabbits get up another first down, 6:46 to go here in the first quarter. Scoreless game so far, but the Rabbits have been driving since they got the ball from the Lions after they worn out on the opening kickoff.
Right. And the thing about it is we don't know what Coach Scharnberg's thinking right now. Is he really just trying to show a lot of ball control, or is he picking at the line and trying to find out what they'll allow us?
I'm sure he'd be really happy with a good, smooth drive, penalty-free, or as penalty-free as it can be, and just straight down the field. Okay, we're coming up. Billy Oliver over in the left flanker now. Dickerson's going to try and around the left end. He's got a little room.
He's got a corner.
He waylays one of the.
That's a late hit, too, if they'll call it.
Great run by Everett Dickerson as he just brands number 2 for the Lions, Carlton Wade. Wade tried to get down low with him, and that is the wrong thing to do with that tailback. Everett just got lower, and I mean pushed him out of bounds 3 yards before he let off of him. Good run by Everett, and the Rabbits are going to be at 2nd and 3 now. So bringing the flanker to the left side of the line and stacking it there gave Everett that extra turn around the corner just to make the run. Nice drive so far.
Nice hit that Everett made there, but boy, that was a late hit coming in the sideline.
Lions worried about the pass. Harrison looks like he wants
Here's
to
our option.
And we're going to get probably a slip or a blocking behind the back as Harrison drives for the first down and then some. But I believe someone's going to be guilty of an illegal block.
Harrison signals it's against us.
That was close too, Steve. I mean, a lot of times you'll have a defender who just turns on the blocker.
There's nothing you can do about it.
And all the referee sees is someone's helmet in the back, and it really wasn't that way. And that's what's going to happen to us here.
That's a shame.
Got a holding call against the Rabbits. Just got a hand up there.
Boy, it's a nice night for football, Andy.
It is. So it's about 58 degrees out here. A little bit of wind, not too much. No humidity. Rabbit cheerleaders down here with the Rabbit mascot tonight.
Well, we got 2nd and a lot here. I hear another reason for a new field.
Here we go. Oh, man. I can't believe he came out of that. He's throwing downfield to fast.
Hey, we got a touchdown!
Woo, what a recovery. And we've got a hurt Rabbit back here on about the 45-yard line. Coach Ford, that was Ken Harrison that got knocked over, but he still got the pass. Coach Ford ran out to get him. He's going to be okay. What a catch by Jeff Fouts.
40 yards on the play, Andy.
Well, what a recovery by Ken Harrison, who at midfield is still being attended to by the coaches. He came out from some tremendous pressure. He just squeezed between the two of them and kept his cool long enough to get the pass off, Steve. I think he just got a little bang up there. He's coming off the field now. O'Kelly in for the PAT at 6:29 to go. Rabbits on the board. It's good. It's back there with the buses. And Kent Harrison comes off the field. He looks like he's going to be okay. He just took a pretty good shot there before he got that ball off. Glad to see he's all right. That was a great play, Steve.
Oh, it's excellent. But like you said, the pass protection that he had, the breakdown, and then suddenly the recovery. And you notice one thing, we've heard Coach Scharnberg say all season he wished Everett would block a little bit better. Nice block by Everett.
We're going to take a break, and we'll be back with more right here on AQC TV.
Champs Pizza, located at the corner of Highway 59 and 96 in Queen City. Champs is the place to go for great pizza and fun. Every Monday and Tuesday night, go by for the Champs Pizza and AQC TV pizza party beginning at 6 p.m. Watch the official broadcast of Queen City Bulldogs football on Monday, followed by Monday Night Football. On Tuesday night, watch the broadcast of Atlanta Rabbits football, all on their new 27-inch stereo TV. Order any large one-topping pizza for $5 from 6 p.m. till closing. Plus, free pool from 5 to 6 on Monday and Tuesday, and from 6 till 7 on Friday. Champs also has a lunch buffet Sunday through Friday from 12 till 2 for only $2.99. Stop by Champs Pizza, located at the corners of Highway 59 and 96 in Queen City.
With Adam O'Kelly getting ready to set the ball for the Rabbits to kick off. After the first score of the night, 7-0. Rabbits over the New Boston Lions, 6:29 to go in the first quarter. And the Rabbits get this homecoming game started off right.
Oh, yeah, no better way to get a crowd up for the game than to score on your first drive.
That was a pretty throw. Jeff Fouch was in double coverage. Ken Harrison had all kinds of pressure coming at him from the backfield. And Steve, he took his time, and he got the pass off. Fouch reaches up there. He's a head taller than everybody anyway. Pulls the ball down and stumbles in the end zone for 7. Great play.
High school football.
O'Kelly booms another one at the 12-yard line. And he's going to be knocked down at about 23, 25, somewhere around there.
We didn't have any overshooting on that play.
No, they closed in properly. The Rabbit defense back on the field after a 4-and-out series with the New Boston Lions on the first time.
Wouldn't a fumble really heat things up right here?
Now watch the Rabbit defense. See how close in they're playing? They're not looking pass. They're looking run all the way. And they got a breaker up the middle, Steve. Oh,
that's
boy. He bounced off 3 Rabbits before he got brought down at the 51-yard line.
That was a strong run, Andy. Did you see that boy's legs?
3 Rabbits, no less, made the hit. And he still managed to break into the Rabbit secondary. That's one of the few times this has happened all year. Strong running now by the Lions. That power I offense designed to do nothing but pound at the heart of your defensive line, wear them down, look for a seam, and make the big breaker. That's why Coach Melton's got them playing in so close here. Even our cornerbacks and safeties are in tight.
I don't think they're going to do it
They're going
twice.
to catch him in the backfield this time. Oh, man. Whole pile of Rabbits in there just to see him getting in on it. It's number 2 handling the ball mainly for the New Boston Lions, Carlton Wade. He's a senior. They list him as a fullback, but he's running in the tailback position.
It's hard to tell with this formation what is a fullback, what is a tailback.
They have the option of rotating the players out, depending on how they're blocking, how they're running. 2nd and 10 now for the Lions as they basically get back to the line of scrimmage after that. Good coverage by the whole right side of the Rabbit defensive line. They didn't bite on it the second time. Power I once again. Quarterback fakes the handoff. Pass. He drops back. He's throwing over at Amir James. And it's overthrown. And it's a good thing, Steve, because he had outrun Emu, and McCall was a little late getting there on the coverage, and that could have been some serious yards.
That's right.
Good pressure, though, on the quarterback by the defensive line.
That was the first pass tonight, Andy, and it really wasn't that great of an effort.
That's true. 3rd and 10 now for the Lions. I'm pretty sure they'll be looking to pass again. I don't think they're going to be betting on one of those big gainers. They've got everybody brought in at the tights, though. We'll see how the Rabbit defense responds. Long count, tried to draw him offside, didn't work. Handoff
did not work.
Steve, that was almost a give-up play. Marwin Oliver just getting all cranked up out there. Great play.
I got to question, Andy, what the coach was thinking. I mean, that play didn't work, but that one time, why try it again? we've already seen their pass is going to mess up.
I don't know. Mitch Savage doing a good job of closing in on the tackle there. And Steve, after that one big break they made, they've gained exactly 2 inches in 4 plays.
That's right.
So Oliver back to receive the punt now for the Rabbits. They've got a semi-return on, a little bit more pressure on the punter this time. And
whoa, what a
James
punt.
and
All the way
Oliver
down to the
war.
1 yard line.
Well, I heard some people saying, why didn't he pick it up? Steve, that was a squibbler. It was on the ground.
Yep.
I'm glad Billy or Amy, you didn't try and pick that pass up, or kick that kick up.
It's hard to pick one up like that and try to run it forward. You're in no man's
That
land in
ball's
dangerous
bouncing around all
territory.
over the field and everything. You could have just as easily given New Boston some serious field position.
Randy, that is a 49-yard punt. That's the longest we've seen by anybody this season.
Of course, 15 of it was in the air. So the Rabbits take it from their 1-inch line. I'm sure Everett's going to be the man to look out for here. Boy, out of this
Spread wide.
Colorado defense. Oh, he's going for the pass. He's going to...
He's got it.
Got that. Emu James Casey Kidd on a great catch over here on the left sideline at about the Rabbit 29-yard line. Beautiful throw by Ken
Oh,
Harris.
Andy, that was just there. The catch by Kidd was just phenomenal.
It's a beautiful, beautiful throw. And I mean, Casey just sat there and waited it out. That's what you like to see. That was a gutsy call trying to throw that deep of a pass from the end zone, Steve, because he had to have the protection to do it. So the Rabbits out of trouble now, and they get a 1st and 10 from just about their own 28-yard line.
Give Coach Scharnberg a lot of credit on that play.
And off to Dickerson. He breaks up the middle.
There we go.
Steve, he's got some running room. Oh, he hit one of the cheerleaders down here, too. I hope she's all right. Good run by Everett Dickerson.
25-yard pickup there, Andy.
Everett found a seam around that left side, Steve, and he just took it to the Lions. He breaks into Lion territory for the 2nd time tonight, and it's going to be another 1st and 10 at the 46-yard line.
You know, our cheerleader bounced up a lot quicker than some of their players do after Everett hits them.
That's true. He probably pulled off on her. She's all right, though. Heather, she's all right. I see him down there talking to her. Everett once again gets the collar in that left side, Steve. He spins for 9 before he's brought down. So Everett's trying to rack up some more yards, picking up right where he left off last week.
Well, they're there waiting for him. All he's got to do is go after him.
The line is starting to make him some holes. That's the big thing. He's getting the seam in the line that he hadn't been getting earlier. And he's going to, people said, well, they were playing Redwater last week when he racked up that 100 and something yards or close to it. But this week he's playing a bigger, stronger New Boston team.
And they've shown they can get back there and get him if they try hard enough.
They can. New Boston stacking in close now. Rabbits got twin splits, Oliver and Casey. Everett spins off, and Steve, he's grabbed in the backfield. Oh, Steve, they just carried him back there. I don't know where the mark's going to be, but it's not going to be where he came down.
Back to the original line of scrimmage. I mean, back to the first. We're back to 3rd and 10 now.
3rd and 5.
Oh, generous call.
Well,
Thanks, Ralph.
His forward motion caught him right there. That's what I was wondering. It looked a lot worse than it was. Throw the kid off the left side. Oh, good move.
First down. Oh, he lost the ball.
The ground. I don't know what
they're going to give it to him.
New Boston.
He had not touched the ground when he let the ball
I
go.
thought he was on his knees whenever they hit him that 2nd time. Man, what a break for the Lions, Steve, as the Rabbits were just driving it down the throat. Good throw to Casey from Harrison. He had time to throw it. Casey did well. They knocked him forward for the 1st down. And I guess they just managed to get in there and hit him again before he got down. And so the Lions are going to pick it up at 1st and 10 from just about their own 31-yard line. So the Rabbit defense being called on to make something happen here now. That was easily looking like another scoring opportunity. 3:27 to go in the 1st quarter. Boy, they're playing that defense in close. Stack in the middle, and Steve, the Rabbits would have none of that play up the middle again. Mitch Savage comes out of there quick, clapping hands and slapping backs. Donnie Hunt, Marwin Oliver, Mikhail Justice, and Randy Garner very instrumental in stopping this power I tonight. It's all on their backs because this back's already shown he gets in our secondary. It's a foot race.
Right. Well, Andy, on that one play where they gained 21 yards, it's as many yards forward as we went backward with them last week.
That's true.
that makes sense.
Brad McCall and Ben Collins back there at the safeties for the Rabbit. Melton and James at the corners. Drop back pass. Hunt's on him. He's got pressure from Melton now. He's throwing into 3 Rabbits, and he just threw that one away, Steve.
He didn't know what he was going to do that time, Andy.
He was just trying to throw it out ahead of the coverage and get rid of it. I thought Donnie Hunt was fixing to eat him alive there. Had set up nicely, but that pass just took entirely too long to develop as the Rabbits had good coverage out there. That's the problem with running that power eye with 2 tights. You don't have any split outs. All your receivers have to kick from either the backfield or close in the line, and they can be held up easy.
That's right.
Power eye is power man to the left now, or flanker, however you want to call it. They're playing that flanker in very close. Pitch out to the left side now, and Steve, he is met at the line of scrimmage.
Maybe a pickup of 2.
Good hit there by the Rabbit. I believe that was Randy Garner in there on the closing. Great play, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down now. Number 61 for the 4th down, excuse me. 4th and 3. Boy, they gave him a lot of forward progress on that.
Actually, it's going to be about 4th and 7.
Yeah. Hello. Coach Scharnberg calls timeout, obviously not happy with the player count on the field. And somebody was supposed to be there and wasn't. So the Rabbits expend a timeout with 2 minutes to go in the first. You're watching Rabbit football on AQC TV.
Question in the A2C TV Musicians Corner Gibson Acoustic Guitar Giveaway is coming up within minutes. So keep watching tonight's ball game on A2C TV. You can drop by the A2C TV studios at 201 Pinecrest, our Musicians Corner in Highway 59 in Queen City for complete details and an entry blank on how to enter our contest. At the end of football season, write down all the correct answers and you could be the winner of this Gibson acoustic guitar. From your friends at Musicians Corner, Highway 59 in Queen City, and Hometown Television, A2C TV.
From the first Rabbit timeout of the evening. A little confusion on the people who are supposed to be on the punt team. And the Rabbits will receive the ball out on a 4th and 6 try from the Lions. Oliver's the lone receiver. He's going to handle this.
He's not going to let that one get by, is
he? He's breaking some plays. He's got a couple of men to beat. Oh, Steve, he's wrapped up at the 43-yard line. That's Steve, he got that back to the 1st down marker where the Lions are trying from. Great play by the Rabbit. Billy Oliver picked that one up on his own. Had some good downfield blocking, found him a wedge and broke left through the seam.
Man, you know, most runners, that's the reason they go east or west. Give him a lot of credit for trying to go up the middle with that one.
A hand on the shoulder pad stopped that from being 6. Minute 48 to go in the first, and the Rabbits are down here in scoring territory again. 43-yard line of the line. Start this 1st and 10. Oliver split right. Casey Kidd split left. Melton and Fouch at the tight ends. Everett's up the middle, and he'll be pulled down after about a 4 or 5 yard gain. Nice little hole for Everett right up the middle there. I mean,
yeah, it just closed down almost as quickly as it opened.
But he closed down after a 4 or 5 yard. Well, yeah, they're going to give him about 4 on that.
Now you got to remember, they're keying on Everett early.
That's right. And most of the passes Ken's been throwing tonight have been successful so far. I mean, and they've been boomers too. Oh, and as I say that, he underthrows Casey Kidd off to the left side, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 7 now for the Rabbits.
Actually, it's Ben Collins.
Ben Collins, excuse me. 3rd and 7 now for the Rabbits from the 39-yard line. Nice little nip in the air tonight.
Yep. A lot of options for Coach Scharnberg right here.
It's true. Middle of the field holding up well after all the weeks of rain out there. I've really been impressed. We haven't had a lot of slipping problems. Nice little reverse by the quarterback and a tailback. Harrison's going to get the first down in a yard, Steve. Nice little counter there.
That was excellent.
That was some coordination. Both Dickerson and Harrison both made that turn at the same time. The line shifted, and there was a nice hole around that right side. That's a play we haven't seen before.
That's right, and that took a lot of work on Everett's part to really pull that off.
He did good play, good blocking all around, and Harrison picks up the first from the 30, and it'll be 1st and 10 to go just at a minute now. And go in the first quarter. Rabbits on top, 7-0, threatening to score again against the New Boston Lions. They bring him in close now, Steve. 2 tight ends set in, 1 flanker to the right, and Everett's going to come around that right side, and he powers his way for about 4. Is there a
There's
flag?
a flag over there, but I'm not quite sure what it's for. We should have been called for legal procedure, but that's not what it's for. Way too late for that. That happened at the spot of the play. They got a New Boston player over there right now talking to him.
Harrison goes to confer with the officials.
Harrison had a nice little jump there. Maybe it's against them. No. Yeah, he said holding against us.
And that's going to make it 1st and 20. So that'll make things interesting. Oh, 1st and 15.
We just tighten up a little bit, we'd be on the way.
That's right. 40 seconds to go in the first quarter. Rabbits on top. They ought to be able to get one more play off here before the end of the half, or end of the quarter. Coin splits for the Rabbits once again.
Oh,
boy, Massey comes in motion quickly to the left. Fake handoff to Dickerson. Good handoff by Harrison. Boy, he nails this one downfield. I don't know who it's going to go. He threw that way in front of Casey Kidd, Steve.
He knew. The thing about it is, looking at that play, Harrison knew where the ball was supposed to be.
The sad thing is all 3 Lions followed Casey Kidd through there to the post pattern, and Bashy Noel was sitting over here on the left with absolutely no one guarding him for 20 yards.
That's one of those design plays where you just get it off. You don't think about it.
Ken was starting to get under some pressure there. He's got 19 seconds to try and throw another one here. It's going to be 2nd and 15 now for the Rabbits, or 18.
Give Coach Scharnberg a lot of credit. There's some gutsy calls back here on these 1st and 15s.
It was a pretty play. Noel came burning around that left side when he came into motion. Collins now set to the left. Fake once again to Everett. He drops back. This is a design screen to Everett. And Everett spins off 1 tackle. He's still on his feet, Steve.
Oh.
And he gets
back to the original line of scrimmage.
Boy, he was hit hard down there.
Uh-oh.
There is a
uh-oh. He's not getting up.
He's not getting up. That should have been a late hit by number 2 of the New Boston Lions.
There's been a couple of those. They haven't been calling them tonight, so I guess they're just letting them play it out.
Steve, I've never seen Everett stay down after a play before. I hope he's all right. Coaches look at him. We're going to take a break. We'll be back with more right after this on AQC TV.
No matter what the job, the lightweight, rugged 025 chainsaw from Steel will please everyone. With its unique safety features and power ordinarily found on professional saws, the 025 will tackle all your jobs with ease. Steel, why compromise? Available at Price Hardware in Atlanta for only $299.95 with a 16-inch bar. That's Steel at Price Hardware, 302 North Williams, here in Atlanta.
Just a little wind knocked out of Mr. Dickerson's stomach. And the last seconds of the first quarter tick off the clock. The Atlanta Rabbits are on top 7-0, threatening to do it again with a 3rd and 19. You're watching Rabbit football on AQC TV.
Come here, close to the TV, and let me let you in on one of the best kept secrets in Cass County. The best lunch is at Ogden's Grocery, Farm to Market Road 74 in Queen City. Lunch is served daily from 11 to 2. So come on by and find out one of the best kept secrets in Cass County. Ogden's Grocery, Farm to Market Road 74. They're Bulldog proud in Queen City.
12 full minutes left to go in the first half. Rabbits looking at a 3rd and 9.5 for their first down as they're pushing it in New Boston territory hard. Everett Dickerson will have to stay out one play before he can go back in of that injury. Actually, he just got hit in the stomach, knocked the wind out there. Harrison under a lot of pressure.
Must be another hold.
He throws this to Jeff Fouch.
Fouch going for another touchdown. It's probably going to be called back.
Touchdown, but I have a feeling it's going to be
referee's got his hand up. Bring it on back.
There's at least 2 flags on the field back here. What a shame. Good pressure play by... good heads-up play, though, by Ken Harrison to get that ball off to Jeff Fouch, who almost scored his second touchdown of the evening. Instead, we're going to be looking at about a third and
it's going to be interesting at the end of the season, Andy, to go back and see just how many Rabbit touchdowns have been called back this season because of penalties.
There's a lot of points. A lot of points. Boy, that was a big one. That hurt. That hurt bad. Boy, you hate to lose one on that. I know Harrison was under a lot of pressure, but he had pulled his way out of it. It looked like one of the Rabbits got a late hit there, late block, whatever you want to call it, and it cost us.
Yeah, 21 points at least at Pleasant Grove were called back in.
Everett's back in the game now. The Rabbits looking at a third and 24 yards to go. Harrison wastes no time. He drops back. He
nice block.
Pump fakes. He's throwing to Oliver, but it's going to be overthrown. And Steve, I think it's it. Oh, it was just close to being intercepted.
We almost had nothing but a good punt off that.
Yeah, number 4 for the Lions, Tony Jennings, had Oliver beat all the way. It was a good throw, but Oliver's out there in the double and triple coverage. He really never had a chance. That was a slow pass. Good. Not without
getting an interference call against him.
Yeah, it's a good pump fake though by Harrison, who suckered the whole defense in on that for just a second, and the cameraman. O'Kelly back to punt now.
Bad snap.
He's still.
All right, we're going to get the roughing.
Oh, that's going to be a first down.
Of course.
Unless the referee rules an incidental contact, it'll just be 5. But
it doesn't matter.
What happened?
We only had 24 yards to make up.
Yeah, but if he hit him on purpose, that's a personal foul and first down, Steve. If they just rule it incidental contact, it's just going to be knocking 5 yards onto it. We're waiting on the refs here, the officials. That's a personal foul call, roughing the kicker. First down, the Atlanta Rabbits, and they get a big break down here in New Boston territory.
That was a huge break, Andy.
They could have just as easily ruled that incidental contact, being pushed into him or something, but they gave him the full 15 in the first. He did a good job of handling that high snap, too, getting the ball off.
Handled the high snap, got the ball off. It wasn't but a 30-yard punt, but luckily it doesn't go in the record book, so that's good for him.
So Rabbits get it 1st and 10 down here at just about the 28-yard line where they're going to pick it up. And so the break's going with the Rabbits. Official coming back here to get his flag, and we'll be ready to start play. 11:18 to go in the second.
Harrison's questioning something. I'm not sure what here.
Oh, he's getting the play straight with his players. Once
again,
again, Oliver split right. That looks like Casey Kidd to the left, Dickerson alone back. It's the quarterback option. And Harrison has run this well all night, and he's going to be close to another first down, Steve.
Did you see that block by Marwin Oliver?
That was Marwin has done a good job up there on that line tonight. Both sides of it, in fact.
About a 17-yard pickup there.
So the Rabbits pick up another first down. They're going to be at their New Boston 19 now, and they're definitely in scoring position. They've got a good chance. They can also pick up another first down inside the 5, too.
That's right.
I wouldn't be surprised to see this and go to Fouch right over the middle. Oh, Everson.
How about Everett right up the middle?
Everett, he's going to score.
Touchdown!
What a good run. Great run. Number 4 of the New Boston Lions, Tony Jennings, had a shot at his ankles, let him go, and Steve, he just danced into the corner of the end zone for the second Rabbit score of the night.
Excellent run by Everett. All he did was watch for the opening.
That's what I like to see. He's got such good balance whenever he gets a chance to use it. And the Rabbits are on top 13-0 now with just under 11 minutes to go in the first half. Kelly back for the PAT. Up. And they... Oh! What was that?
They didn't give it to him.
It looked good from over here.
Well, we got a different angle, but I tell you what, it looked good to me, Andy.
Steve, I do believe that's the first PAT he's missed all year that he's kicked.
Oh, that's definitely the first one he's missed all year.
Well, we'll get it back. 13-0 Rabbits on top. 10:50 to go in the first half. You're watching Rabbit Ball on AQC TV.
Here's tonight's musical question in the A2C TV Musicians Corner Gibson Acoustic Guitar Giveaway. What famous ragtime artist has a mural of him in downtown Texarkana? Do you know the answer? Then keep listening for details on how you could win this Gibson acoustic guitar from your friends at Musicians Corner, located on Highway 59 in Queen City, and Hometown Television, A2C TV.
He's kind of responsible for that last touchdown Dickerson ran in. Rabbits picked up that first down off the 4th and 24 as the New Boston Lions are called with that personal foul roughing the kicker penalty, and didn't take but a couple of plays for the Rabbits to put it in the end zone. Good run by Harrison, and then Everett Dickerson just punching it in the end zone from the right side, which he's had a lot of success with all night. 10:50 to go in the first half. Rabbits on top, 13-0 as O'Kelly gets set to boom another one downfield.
Whoa,
nice
good kick.
Now, this one's going to split the middle of the field. Number 4 is going to take it.
That's
he
a muff.
Bobbles it at the 5. That is not going to be good for him. Oh, he got a seam. Steve, it's a race now. Emu James.
Emu's going to get him, though.
Get to him. There could be a flag on that.
No, he's going out. There's nothing they can do about that.
22, Emu James, and number 84, Curtis King, did a great job of recovering. Steve, I thought they had him back there at about the 10-yard line, and they did a good job of blocking him a hole for that Rabbit kickoff team.
Were we going so fast that we couldn't see that it was a muff and he had that extra time? Is that what happened?
No, I don't think so. I think that was just good blocking by the New Boston Lions and the Rabbit kicking team, just not paying a lot of attention to what was going on. Something they'll definitely have to watch. That's 2 good breakers in a row. The first one you might have said that for. The second one, no. Quarterback option around the left side. He's met right there at the line of scrimmage by Greg Fields, who does a good job of laying number 1 quarterback Brian Bobbitt down. They're going to give him about a yard and a half pickup on that.
Andy, the thing about it is on those kickoffs, they're going to have to tighten up on it because there's some teams that'll be looking for something like that.
That's right. And the man that made that run there was pretty fast, but he's not as fast as some of the guys we faced this year. And he had a great wedge up the middle. But all in all, that's the first time this year anybody's made any progress with that Rabbit kickoff team. They've done a good job of covering downfield. 7 seconds on the shot clock. Power I formation. Quarterback option. And Steve, they bid on that one.
Oh.
Number 4, Tony Jennings, makes a good run around the right side of the Rabbit defense.
Good tackle by Brad McCall on the play, though.
Right.
11 yards by number
2, Carlton Wade there for the Lions. I guess was the one that made the run there. I said Jennings. I'm working with a handicap tonight. I still haven't got my glasses back. Everybody's got one number out there, and it's Fuzz. And off up the middle, Steve, he is met right there. Mitch Savage diving right through that line to pull him down. So Lions threatening to score here in the second quarter, Steve. They've had 2 good runs in a row off the Rabbits, and it's got them down there inside the, well, 30. Right at the 30-yard line.
We've got to do better than that, though.
The defense has definitely got to tighten up. I admitted that was a good kickoff return.
We've got what I would call a spot defense. I'll spot you the first 10 yards, and then you got to get it past me.
They've been bad tough inside these 30s this year, though. Remember Clarksville got down there, and they thought they were going to score their first touchdown. It was over. Good. Did you see Mikael Justice bust through there?
Oh.
Great stop by Mikael Justice. Flew into that backfield, got a hand on both ankles, and tripped him up, and then Mitch Savage and Randy Garner did the rest. Good play. He is so quick through there. You know, a lot of teams have gone to double teaming him, and we hadn't called his name a lot in the last couple of weeks, but with them double teaming him, that just leaves another Rabbit defender open to get into the ball, and it's made a big difference. Him and Oliver have been just awesome this year at those defensive tackles. They've been the heart and soul of that Rabbit defense. Reverse play, and Steve, the Rabbits bit. Ben Collins.
Way to go, Emu. Way to go.
I called Ben Collins. That was Emu James, who stayed at home over here on the right side. Did a great job of pushing through the coverage and
they picked up a whole foot on the play.
That's right. Stopped what could have very easily been a New Boston first and then some, because the whole Rabbit defense bid on that but Collins and Emu. That was a good call by the New Boston coach, and he was just one Rabbit away from breaking that one. Good play, Emu. Under 8 minutes to go now. And we've got a 4th and make it 7 or 8 to go now. This is New Boston's first real chance. Fake up the middle. Just
boom! Pinball man.
I mean that. Man, Mikhail Justice came through that line so fast that he.
Donnie Hunt was right there waiting on the other
Mikhail
side.
just slammed him from the back, and then Donnie Hunt just played pinball bumper for him. That's how you want to break up a 4th and 8. Don't give him a chance to throw the ball. The quarterback never even seen that.
Andy, that was an 11-yard loss.
Yes, plus probably a couple of fillings for the New Boston quarterback. Oh, that was a hard hit by Justice.
Well, I thought it was bad enough when Justice had him, but when when Hunt was waiting for him on the other side.
Hey, he just got knocked today. Donnie Hunt was just waiting right there for him. Rabbit offense back on the field now. Twin splits, hand off to Dickerson. He's trying up the middle, and no less than 3 Lions get their hands on him. Got to have a little more of a seam than that if they want to run him like that.
That's all right. Everett's resilient enough. He can do 1 or 2 of those and make up for.
They've been catching him once or twice and then turning around and just Everett or Harrison making the big play. I wouldn't be surprised to see Coach Scharnberg go back to that sideline pass that's been working so well the last 2 or 3 weeks. They've really confused a lot of teams with that pass. They've had a lot of success with it. Little 2- and 3-yard passes. And
it's the timing of when the coach calls it.
That's right. Fouch and Melton out there at the tights. Noel on the right side now. Kidd on the left. And that's going to Jeff Fouch.
Way to go, Jeff. Good catch.
Great catch by Jeff Fouch down at the 41-yard line of the New Boston Lions. He juggled that thing for what seemed like 5 minutes and 10 yards and still managed to bring it down. He cannot catch a ball, it seems, if he's wide open, but get him in a crowd of 6 defenders and he can't drop one. Great play by Jeff. I didn't see him throw it. I thought he was trying to throw it to Bashy Noel, and I thought it was going to be short, and out of nowhere, here comes Fouch. Great play, great play.
Bubba, keep that boy well.
Under 7 minutes to go now in the first half. Rabbits on top, 13-0, trying to put 7 more on the board. And
that's going to get us.
Eat this one.
They're going to get us on it.
Well, Lions jumped first, but our guy bid on it.
I believe it was Jason Banks that went ahead and went across. Not that I want to point Jason out or anything like that.
Well, I mean, it's all right.
Still first down, though.
Rabbit offensive line, though, still over the last couple of weeks, after Coach Scharnberg making those adjustments, they've done a good job of giving the quarterback and Everett more time to handle the ball. These are just some mistakes. I mean, still, our penalties are still way down from what they have been. And
that's the first one this quarter.
All right, little fake, throw over the middle to Fouch. Oh,
it was lightning.
I thought Kel Melton was going to pick it up off the volleyball tip there, Steve. 2nd and 15 now for the Rabbits. Jeff was reaching for it, and he had Melton and Fouch coming over a little crossing pattern right through the middle of that New Boston zone. And Donnie Hunt's getting called to go in now to tackle, or a center.
Actual center.
And we get back up the line now. Looks like Billy on the right. And it's going to be a quarterback option. Harrison's trying to run it himself. He's still got running room, and he's going to come down at about the 31-yard line, 33. And it's going to bring up a 3rd and short from what was a 2nd and long for the Rabbits. Good heads-up running there by the quarterback, Ken Harrison. They have to respect both the pitch and the run, and it's making it tough on those ends for New Boston.
Well, Andy, the execution was the key to that play. The entire line fired off simultaneously. That's right. The prettiest I've seen them move all year.
They did a good job there. And whenever you're having to defend against a quarterback and a tailback who can both be just as dangerous, it sure does make it hard for the option people defending the option. And plus, when you've got your split outs like you've got here.
Everett's going to get it
up the middle. He got a first down. Oh, he's brought down after about a 6-yard gain. One person to beat for an extra 6.
Give him about 10 on that one, Andy.
A full 10. Great run, first down play for Everett Dickerson. And the Rabbit offense virtually having a way with New Boston. They've made some good stops on us, but they haven't been able to
They've been their own worst enemy all night.
That's true.
And not that they've done that badly at that.
They've really had some key penalties against them, like that roughing the kicker call that really hurt.
Yeah, we heard New Boston coaches back there moaning over that one.
Little confusion there as Fouch comes out. Randy Garner goes in now. Oliver to the left. Looks like Kid, or to the right, Kid to the left. Fake.
There's that pass play.
Dickerson setting up the block. Oh, and that's going to be intercepted by number 1, the Lions. Man, what a scramble down there. Harrison just did not have the time. He tried to throw it, and he just wasn't set right whenever he let it go. And Brian Bobbitt was there to take that weak pass, and the New Boston Lions are going to get a big break. 5 to go here in the second quarter.
We're finding Bobbitt's like a player on a lot of the teams we played this year. He's kind of the all-purpose everything. We watched him quarterback, we watched him kick, we watched him punt, and now he's intercepting.
There's another miscue by the Rabbit offensive line right there, though, as Harrison just didn't have time to let go of that ball before there was just Lions all over him, and he forced that one, trying to make something happen, and caught up with us that time.
I was surprised he was still standing after the play.
He's been taking some hits. Quarterback keeper around the left side, maybe 4 on the pickup before Fields and Savage bring him down. New Boston's power offense here, giving the Rabbit defense one of their tougher tests this year. They've managed to steadily march some yards up against them.
They sure have. Well, but every time they march some yards up, Andy, they go backwards. They've almost negated every yard they've made tonight except for that 121-yard run.
Because of penalties?
No, actually just negative yardage. They'll have a bad one.
Well, that big one like Justice hit them a
right.
few minutes ago is expensive. Quarterback on the keeper. He's going to hold on to it. And Steve, I believe
he lost everything they made.
Melton in there on the hit, Oliver in there on the hit. Good job. Good job by the left side there. Keep in mind, Maul and Oliver coming from that inside tackle to make that hit, so that was a good run down by him for the big man. Homecoming.
Should be a really exciting halftime show by the band, Andy.
I'm sure. You know they got that one last week at contest. Congratulations to them.
Congratulations, guys.
They scored high. Quarterback hands off on a little Statue of Liberty play almost, and he's gonna maybe pick up 6. But it still should bring up a 4th down situation. I doubt the Lions are going to consider this 4 down territory. There's under 4 minutes to go in the.
They gave him 6. Good call, Andy.
And we've got the return on. I'll be really surprised to see if they try and kick this to Oliver, Steve. Their kicker, he's not bad. He's not a very strong kicker, but last time Oliver got his hands on it, it was good for 40-something yards before he was brought down.
Oh, bad snap.
And he still gets it off. Oliver's going to try and field this, and it was hot, too. He comes through the middle, and he broke one tackle. He breaks around the left side, and he's brought down just about at their
almost back to the original line of scrimmage.
What a run by Billy Oliver. Somebody had a hand on him, and as small as he is, he looks like he could just be brought down, but he just kept on fighting for those yards. Well, everybody's kicked to him this year has had that same problem. It's very rare for him not to pick up 10 to 20 yards on a return.
That was a 35-yard pickup by him that time.
That was a good run. I mean, he was not going to be denied. Rabbits 1st and 10 from just about the 26-yard line. 3 minutes to go in the half. Everett around the right side, and he's knocked down after 1 or 2 yards. Just couldn't get his balance out.
Would you call that a leapfrog?
Not sure. He was trying to stretch him out, stretch himself and the defender out, and it just didn't quite.
He looked like Mikael Justin trying to get in position.
Yeah. I thought he had more than that. He's only going to be given 1.5, maybe 2 on that. Would not be surprised to see the pass again.
Why not? It's been effective, and that same one
I'm waiting to see Cale catch one. You know, he's been playing that tight end for a couple of weeks now, and he hadn't got his hands on the ball. Pass out to Basheen Noel, who's one of his first ones this year he's caught. Good pickup. And they're going to call timeout. I guess they're going to be close to a 1st down and want to measure it.
Good instance right there as to why Cale isn't catching any, Andy. He blocked the biggest guy on their team.
That's mainly why they've got him over there, too. You got a 212-pound sophomore tight end over there. I mean,
Timeout for a measurement here.
They've got plenty of hands out there on the field to catch the ball, and Kale does a great job of blocking.
Tell you what, Andy, have you ever seen so many Letterman jackets in all your life in one stadium?
Out here in
I don't think Notre Dame has this many show up for one of the home games.
It's gonna be bad close. And
What'd you say, cameraman?
They say first down, Atlanta.
We'll take it.
Bash, you getting a first down for the Rabbits. 2.5 left to go in the half. Rabbits on top, 13-0, trying to expand that lead before they take it in the locker room. And I'm sure Coach Scharnberg's quite pleased with the way they play. That one interception by Harrison's been about the only block on the whole thing.
Well, complacency can set in. I'm sure he's going to want them to go ahead and try to punch it in each time.
Waiting for him to set the ball. A Noel split right again. That's Kidd to the left. Harrison's going to keep it, but he's not going to get more than 1 or 2 before he's brought down. They're not even going to give him that. He's brought down right about at the line of scrimmage. That's Ben Collins and Billy Oliver checking in now for Kidd and Noel. And anything can happen when those two are in the... Ben Collins doing a good job at that safety, but he's also got a great set of hands and a whole lot of speed.
Ooh, what's coming out of the bag of tricks here?
Oliver split way right, and Harrison's got his eyes on him.
Fouch!
Fouch
again.
Can you believe that? Jeff Fouch for his second touchdown tonight.
He deserved that one.
And once again, sliding as he makes the catch. Great play by Jeff Fouch to put the Rabbits up for their 3rd touchdown tonight. And I wonder if they'll go for 2 this time, just to make up the extra point.
I have a feeling there's going to be a very
going on the field, Steve. Harrison's coming on the field. Coach Scharnberg wanting to make up that last PAT.
Why not? He may come a point where he needs an extra point like this.
With number 34 in the backfield. I mean, Everett can fall for 2. Yeah, they're going for 2. They're coming out of that same 2-split offense. Everett Dickerson in the backfield now. And Harrison looks like he's going to try and keep it. He turns it inside.
Got it.
And they're signaling he caught it, and the Rabbits get it back. And it's 21-0 with 1:36 to go in the half. You're watching Rabbit football on AQC TV.
For Cooper Tires, go by Queen City Tire in Queen City. Mountain and Balance are free with 10% off tire sale at Cooper Tires. Queen City Tire, Queen City. Go by and see Kenneth Thompson, Lara Farrell, Jeff Marks, and Clifford McCaslin for Cooper Tires at Queen City Tire. Highway 59, Queen City. Cooper Tires at Queen City Tire.
Rabbit cheerleader Heather Harris, she was the one that tackled Everett Dickerson earlier there in the first quarter. Good bring down, too, by the way.
Suit her up.
Have to make mention, these girls have done a great job this year. They really have for the Rabbits. They have been with them through the tough times and the good ones.
And really, there haven't been that many tough times.
It's true. They've been a good group of cheerleaders this year. Been great to watch them.
Had a former cheerleader, Kim Dotson, used to be Kim Bain, was looking at the uniforms this morning and said, you know, it's funny, over 20 years, they haven't changed yet.
That's true. They really haven't. That's about what they looked like when we were in school last century. Whoa, he nailed that one, Steve. And
another muff. Now, we got to be careful here.
Now,
get him.
A Melton and Bashy.
There you go.
Who did that? Ben Collins. Rolled right up under 21. Wayne Sanders of the Lions, who thought he was fixing to break that around the right side. Ben just, no doing.
Well, it was the same thing that got us last time, was where they muffed the ball and then we weren't looking for it.
That's right. This time they're going to be forced to bring it out from just about their own 9 or 10 yard line to make it right at the 10. So the Rabbit defense, look for them to be trying some ball stripping and some power play to get another shot at that goal line before the half. I'll be curious to see if they throw out of the backfield like Coach Scharnberg did from that deep end. Savage showing blitz, Melton showing blitz, and it's going to be tied up right there at the line of scrimmage. He may lose a yard on that.
They got a flag down, too. Leather helmet football.
We had Savage and Melton just closing right in. They don't really have a whole lot of respect for the passing game out of that setup, so they're going to be coming in. And let's see where they point this one. Could be against the Rabbits.
Yep.
The way they're moving it. What do we got here? Face mask?
No,
offsides.
offsides.
Mitch must have lined up in the neutral zone when he was trying to get in on that blitz. Him or Cale.
We'll give it to him.
Or Chad, I should say. I said Cale. Chad Melton. One of those two was sneaking in there on that blitz, and they just pushed it in too far, and they snapped the ball on it. Back up the line, 1st and 5 now for the Lions. Handoff up the middle, and he's met right there by Mitch Savage, and I believe that's going to be Marwin Oliver there coming up with him. Good play. Timeout by the Lions now. Oh, Rabbits. 2nd and make it 2 now, maybe 3. 2nd and 3 to go for the Lions, and the Rabbits calling timeout with 1:03 to go in the half. I'm sure they're just trying to conserve enough clock, maybe to get another shot at it. I'm sure Coach Sharberg would like to make them punt, maybe take a shot at blocking it or something like that.
There's a good possibility we're going to get the ball back in pretty good territory, even if their punter gets off one of those phenomenal punts.
That's right.
Andy, this is just me, but let me ask you, in this position where you're already down by 21, it's not even the end of the first half yet, would you keep playing leather helmet football, bowl it up, or would you just go ahead and try some tricks and see if you could make something happen?
Well, they tried the reverse down here, and Emu and Ben didn't bite.
But the first time they got it through.
That's true. But they've also had a couple of good breakers up the middle, but that died quick.
But a reverse isn't the only trick. I mean, I think I'd pull everything out of the box.
Halfback pass or something like that. You got to admit the Rabbit corners, even the safeties, aren't respecting the pass right now.
They have nothing to lose except giving up another touchdown that we're probably going to score anyway.
That's right. Now, if Collins and James and McCall aren't super careful here, this is where they can get burnt, because something like the halfback pass or the double pass or something on that level, even a good reverse, I mean, if the whole team bites to the left, it's over. And he hands off, and he's going to get a first down, but it's under a minute to go here.
Right, that's first down. That's not touchdown.
They made a good pickup there, probably about a 6-yard gain.
Mm-hmm. Well, you know, Tom Landry used to say, well, let's establish the running game first.
Now, first and 10.
But I don't see Tom Landry on the other side of the field.
1st and 10 to go from about the 26-yard line. I did not say that. I thought it. Anyway, they wanted the first down, I'm sure. There's 42 seconds to go in the half. New Boston not making any attempt to stop the clock. They may just want to run it out. Quarterback drops back now. Now, he's got time to throw it.
There.
He's going right into Collins' arms there. And Steve, Ben was almost a victim of his own aggressiveness there. He dropped back trying to catch it, and that tip almost slowed it down enough for New Boston to bring it in himself.
Well, you tell me, Andy, which one of them is going to dream most about this play tonight? Number 9, Robert Brumsey, or number 23, Ben Collins? Which one of them is going to think most times now they lay in bed, I should have had that one?
Ben was in better position. And it was it was a pretty good throw by the quarterback there, but he just,
that was an excellent toss.
He just underthrew it a little bit, and there was 3 Rabbits in the area, so it was a guts throw anyway. I mean,
as we see it, we're looking at that was about a 40-yard pass in the air.
About half a minute to go. 6 ticks left on the shot clock. Now they're going to have to get this one off. There they go.
Ooh, that was quick.
Drop back pass.
Greg Fields.
Justice right there on top of him, and he's just good aggressive defense by the Rabbit front 4 to close that one off. Timeout by the Rabbits. And they're still trying to save a little bit of that clock, maybe get in there and stop them. Hopefully get a field goal off for O'Kelly, or at least get 1 or 2 desperation passes. Who knows? But that should use up the last timeout for the Rabbits, so whatever happens, happens here. Maybe they'll try and get the interception, quick field goal. But Coach Scharnberg's got to be pleased with a 21-point first quarter against a very tough New Boston team.
Right, and one thing he's really got to be pleased with is the fact that they came back and made up that missed extra point.
There is a crowd here tonight. They are 20 deep back there in the end zone. The stands are packed. They said this is going to be one of the largest home crowds ever here at Bivins-Trice. And all we needed was a team like Linden here to just bust this thing to capacity.
That's right. A team like Linden would have done it. Jefferson might have, Queen City.
Yeah, they could have brought it.
Queen City, we'd had to bring their stands over here to help out.
New Boston fans, they've made a good showing. They finally, most of them gotten into the stands now. I'm sure they had a good time trying to park out there. right. They're going
It's
to
dangerous.
hand off up the middle, and they're going to run this one out, Steve. I'm sure New Boston, after that big sack by Justice and Greg Fields there, they just want to take this one in the locker room. Final 6 seconds ticking off the clock here. And the last half of play here at Bivins-Trice Stadium, Steve, coming up here in just a moment. And you just sit back. We've got the #1 rated Big Bad Band from Rabbitland coming your way right after these messages on AQC TV.
Come on over to the hometown choice, where we ensure we'll be there for you.
Hello everyone, I'm Jerry Griffin. Do you have your renewal for your auto insurance yet? Did it go up again? Are you fed up with it? Then call me, Jerry Griffin, at 796-8676 for a free quote. You see, American National is dedicated to keeping the rates low and the service high. Maybe your company is raising your rates to help pay for earthquake damage in California or a flood in the Midwest. Is that fair? I don't think so. Folks, 1994 has been a record year for American National, and it's not because of rate increases. So call today at 796-8676 to find out why your friends and neighbors are changing their auto insurance to American National with Jerry Griffin.
Come on over to the hometown choice, where we ensure we'll be there for you.
Laura Granberry is the daughter of Tom and Janet Granberry, and has been in band for 3 years and a member of the Flag Corps for 2 years. Cynthia Humphrey is the daughter of Alfred and Sandria Humphrey, and has been a band member for 4 years, serving as secretary this year. Katie McWilliams is the daughter of Debbie Williams and Buddy McWilliams, and has been a member of the band for 4 years, and a major rifle corps member for 3 years. She is serving as the band captain this year. Amy O'Rear is the daughter of Jerry and Ellen O'Rear, and has been a member of the band for 4 years. David Wallace is the son of David and Annette Wallace, and has been a member of the band for 4 years. Leslie Shepherd is the daughter of Pam and Terry Shepherd, and has been a band member for 4 years, serving as lieutenant this year. Jim Solomon is the son of James and Lee Solomon, and has been a member of the band for 4 years, and has served as head lieutenant, loading crew chief, and percussion section leader. Gary Weatherby is the daughter of Keith and Jackie Costa, and has been a band member for 4 years, and a major rifle corps member for 3 years, serving as lieutenant this year. Ladies and gentlemen, the 1995 Atlanta High School Band Senior. This week, the band voted for the band sweetheart for this year. Mr. Jim Solomon, head lieutenant, will make the presentation. The 1994-95 High School Band Sweetheart is the lovely Miss Leslie Shepherd.
Come on over to the hometown choice, where we sure will be there for you.
Hello, everyone. I'm Jerry Griffin. Do you have your renewal for your auto insurance yet? Did it go up again? Are you fed up with it? Then call me, Jerry Griffin, at 796-8676 for a free quote. You see, American National is dedicated to keeping the rates low and the service high. Maybe your company is raising your rates to help pay for earthquake damage in California or a flood in the Midwest. Is that fair? I don't think so. Folks, 1994 has been a record year for American National, and it's not because of rate increases. So call today at 796-8676 to find out why your friends and neighbors are changing their auto insurance to American National with Jerry Griffin.
Come on over to the hometown choice, where we sure will be there for you.
at fault, not just him.
Did you see Harrison? I mean, he broke through the line. Oh,
Wow.
Look at this cluster down here. What is all this? This is everybody trying to get to in front of the concession stand. This crowd out here is huge tonight.
Another new improvement. Maybe the new stadium will have better restroom areas.
They are deep down there. I think I'd just kind of wait. Third quarter rush at the concession stand. Boy, after those 2 rain games, we needed this for the booster clubs, too.
We sure did. Well,
Hey, here we go. 1st and 28.
Wow.
Oh, look at Everett.
Wide hole for Everett.
Open field. And God, he's knocked down back at just about going to be the original line of scrimmage. What a hole, Steve.
Oh, man, you could see that coming. That was like a Mack
What?
truck going through a tunnel.
What a hole. That offensive line blew him a hole you wouldn't believe. I'm sure they had to be antsy on the pass, too, after the last 2 times Rabbit have had it. 1st and deep, 2nd and deep.
Wow.
Hey, he even made 5 on that, Steve. What do you make that? About a 15-yard
15-yard carry.
Good run by Everett Dickerson. Great blocks there by Banks and Nickelberry and Kell Melton on that left side of the line.
With any type of hole, Everett's had some real good runs
82
tonight.
kid to the left, Oliver to the right. Harrison up the middle to Dickerson once again. He's met at the line, but not before he picks up 2 or 3.
He may be close, Andy. It might give us about a 3rd and 1. It'll depend on the spot.
Good power play by Everett Dickerson there. He's wrapped up almost at the line of scrimmage, and he still twists and pulls his way for what's near a 1st down. It's going to be 3rd and a short 1. And I'd be curious to see if Coach Scharnberg pulls something out here.
Well, he's got a lot of tricks in that bag. It's just...
And they haven't had any trouble picking up the 1, 2, and 3-yard carries tonight. Everett's been met in the backfield a couple of times deep. What they need to watch is penalties. Little jump on the line, but it looks safe. Everett's going to make the first and probably about 2 more. Good run by Everett Dickerson for the 1st down. And he bounces right on back up. 1st down and Rabbits is going to be 1st and 10 from just about the 35-yard line. Their own.
Andy, even though we haven't capitalized on all of them, we've had some nice sustained drives tonight.
That's one thing I'm sure Coach Scharnberg has got to be really pleased with. The offensive line is matching up against a comparable defensive line from this New Boston Lions. I mean, there's some big, healthy individuals out there, and they have shown they will get back there in the backfield if you don't watch them. Drop back pass for Harrison just to the right, and Bashy Noel is met after a reception for about 3 yards. Good hands, good catch. He knew someone was fixing to close in on him. He held onto the ball anyway. Good to see Bashy in there.
That's right.
Bashy, one of those seniors for the Rabbit, hadn't seen, like I said, he hasn't seen a lot of play time this year because we're so deep in talented receivers and tailbacks. He can play a little quarterback if he has to. Been known to. Off the field now. All right.
You know, they're having a lot of fun with this offense. It's not a matter
We're coming in here. We're going to have a flanker split to the right along with a split. And we're bringing it to this weak side of the field, and Everett's still spinning.
They can't rule a fumble on that. He was already down.
What they call this. The referees are not indicating.
He was already down.
They're going to point it for the Rabbits. They weren't indicating that the ground caused the fumble, and that was kind of scary.
Boy, that's twice Everett's had a really tough tackle.
That cross field play there didn't work because New Boston didn't bite on that student body move. And they lost maybe
Well, they were a little slow-handed on the connection on the handoff, too. That kind of telegraphed what was happening.
And Everett couldn't make the turn quick enough, and they met him right there. He still did a good job of getting where he lay before they brought him down. He could have seriously lost some yards if he hadn't kept his head up. So we're looking at about 3rd and 8 now, 8:28 to go in the 3rd quarter. Clock moving on now for a real slow 1st half. Drop back pass for Harrison. Somebody's got their hands on it. He's going to run anyway. He's into coverage. And Casey Kidd breaks it.
He's going to go untouched.
6 points, Steve. What a throw by Ken Harrison. He took a lick. He's dancing back here.
He deserves it. What a lick he took.
He took a lick back there, but boy, that pain doesn't hurt near as bad when you get a catch and a run back like this. And 8:12 to go in the 3rd quarter. The Rabbits are on top right now, 27-0. And Mr. O'Kelly, I'm sure, is wanting to make it 28. Steve, that is textbook. Really, Casey Kidd didn't have to break stride. Harrison dropped it out over the coverage right where Kidd lay. He took it, he ran to the right, got a little protection from Billy Oliver, and it was all but history. Harrison took a big lick back there. Up.
No doubt.
I think he removed all doubt this time. We got a flag. There's a flag out there. I'm sure there's some trash talking going on between the players now, and we're going to get unsportsmanlike on somebody because that flag came way too late. They're pointing against New Boston. The referees are talking to us.
This is something we've been up against the last 3 weeks, Andy.
Personal foul
against
Atlanta. That's most definitely a personal. It's going to be an unsportsmanlike. I'm sorry, there was some naughty language going on down there after the touchdown. I'm sure New Boston's getting frustrated, and the referee's only here the second end of an argument or second punch in a fight, and that's
like we found out last week. We were goaded into it.
Yeah, Mikael Justice had a rough time last week with some of the Redwater players, and he got over it. Coach Scharnberg does not like that. He will not put up with it, and for the most part, from what I understand, our players are really well behaved out there on the field, but sometimes when tempers flare and people start saying things, it's just hard for them to keep their mouths shut.
It looks like the penalty.
We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more Rabbit football right here on AQC TV.
Phone needs, stop by Atlanta Communications at 104 East Hiram in Atlanta, or Cass County Communications at 121 West Houston in Linden. They are your Century Cellunet authorized agent. Century Cellunet cellular network and digital technology give you a crystal clear reception, plus the widest coverage in the area. If you need to stay in touch, stop by Atlanta Communications at 104 East Hiram in Atlanta, or Cass County Communications at 121 West Houston in Linden. Century Cellunet, service of the century.
Mo Kelly getting set to kick off after the Rabbit touchdown. It brings it up to 28-0 now. Homecoming night here at Bivins-Trice Stadium. Also, the most likely the final varsity game ever played on this field as the Rabbits get ready to move to the new stadium over there at the high school next year. This will most likely be delegated to a junior varsity 8th grade junior high type field, which will be good for the new field because it'll keep a lot of stress and wear and tear off of it.
145 yards passing already tonight.
Holy cow. Well, the penalty was assessed against the Rabbits on the kickoff. Well, Kelly would be going from the 25-yard line.
205, not 145.
205. He still lets off a nice boomer. It's going to be taken at about the 28-yard line by number 4. He's running around that left side. He's got a little room, but he's met by Bashy Noel and Cale Milton and a whole mess of red and maroon jerseys out there. Noel, good job on the coverage, staying with the pursuit. That was Jason Inslee also in there with him. Inslee, Milton, and Noel doing a good job of handling that. They had that one big breaker, and they didn't want to let that happen again.
That's right. And you figure he got the ball on 28 and only moved it up about 13 yards. So
see the Rabbit cheerleaders down here on the sidelines getting ready to throw their footballs, I think. Rabbit defense on the field. Power eye now for New Boston. They make an adjustment. Lions hand off. They're probing that middle. He's going to pick up 3.5, maybe 4 before he's brought down. Was Donnie Hunt and Mitch Savage and Randy Garner in there on the tackle.
There have been some punishing tackles, Andy, the way our guys have been ganging up on them.
I'll tell you what, New Boston's matched up well against Atlanta tonight. They've got some good-sized young men out there. They've got a good team.
And they've held us to 28 points.
Yeah. They've done a good job. They were, like we said, they were thought to be a little better than they were. They've just had, you can see a lot of mental mistakes. They're going to bust up the middle again. This time it's going to go for about 3 more, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and 3 for the Lions. Under 8 minutes to go in the third quarter. And a lot of commotion in the stands.
I wish they could get one up here to me.
Throw those little footballs. Last week, one of them girls almost got it up in here in the press box. See the Rabbit mascot.
There's a southpaw down there with a pretty good arm. Who is that?
What?
Boy, she's almost made it up here. There's a southpaw down there. It's got a good arm.
Okay, back to the field. Rabbit defense closing in, looking for the up-the-middle play. Here it comes, and it's going to be good for a Lion first down, Steve, as Marvin Oliver gets a hand to trip him up. And he stood to make a good breaker into the secondary there. Well, they're throwing a lot of those footballs out here tonight.
Last ones.
That's true.
Everything's the last tonight.
What they're going to name the new stadium?
I was wondering that a minute ago. You know,
Of course, they've got to finish building it. Oh, and one of the balls gets thrown on the field.
you know, I could give them a few ideas. No, I'm serious. You know, Caver Johnson Field. I wouldn't be a bit upset with that.
Here we go. Power I. Drop back pass for the Lions. Justice just misses him. And man, they've got somebody out there all by themselves, but it's overthrown and it's wide, and there was 3 rabbits there on the coverage. It's a good thing that was thrown out there because number 11 for the Lions had outrun everybody.
Well, they have lulled us.
11.
They have lulled us several times with the run. When they finally do pass it, it kind of catches us all off guard.
Mikael Justice just barely missed a sack back there on the quarterback. He ran in pursuit, and he just didn't have a good angle. And the number 1 there, Brian Bobbitt, the quarterback, he just kind of sidestepped him, but Justice put a lot of pressure on him. He bought back there on that rabbit touchdown a few plays back.
What a hit.
Ken Harrison took a good
3
hit back.
men converged on him at the same
And
time.
he still hung in there and threw that ball. Great hands by Casey Kidd back there. Handoff up the middle. Steve, they have found a serious weakness over on that left side or right side of the Rabbit defense.
Ben Collins helped us out that time.
He sure did. Whenever it comes down to that secondary, Ben Collins has got to be everything. He is the last man. That's why they call him a safety. So the Lions threatening to score again here early on in the 3rd quarter, halfway through it actually. Savage gets the defensive set from Coach Melton, and the Lions hurry back up. And they're having quite a bit of success coming through that rabbit line now. I don't know if they're just not paying attention or what. Quarterback on the keeper, good pitch, and Steve, everybody inside. Bradley Hall laid a good lick. Little trash talk.
You know, that's about the 4th or 5th.
McCall, do what?
That's about the 4th or 5th tackle McCall has had for us tonight that has been a stopper.
He lit his lights up now. There's no doubt about that, but you don't want him to keep doing it 10 yards deep. And they're going to call timeout for a measurement. Another New Boston first down. New Boston found a little weakness there on that Rabbit defensive line, and they're taking advantage of it. Here comes the measurement now. Coach Melton conferring with Savage over here on the sidelines, trying to set the changes up. New Boston obviously made some changes.
All right, we spotted them about all we can afford right here. They've got to hold.
So inside the Rabbit 30, really, I believe, for the first time tonight, the New Boston Lions are threatening to score here.
Yeah, high schools aren't supposed to have a prevent defense.
So let's see what adjustments Coach Melton made during that brief timeout. It's been coming actually off the tackles between Oliver and Hunt and Justice and Garner. They've been finding a seam. We know our tackles stunt, so they're picking a hole and coming through it, and if you get caught doing that, you can give up some big yards. Option to the left now. This time, no way. Gentlemen,
Greg Fields
stayed at home,
and
that's
one
Randy Garner.
Randy Garner.
They made a great job doing some outside pursuit there, and it went nowhere. So obviously, whatever the pursuit problem was, Coach Melton fixed it, and they're going to be looking at a 2nd and 15 now from about the 33-yard line.
We're solid gamblers, you know. I'll keep 80.
They've spotted them some yards now. 2nd and 15 now for the Lions. Power I formation in the backfield. Nobody split out. Both tight ends inside with a flanker. Handoff up the middle. The ball's fumbled.
We got it. Who got that ball?
Savage has got his hands on that ball, Steve.
All right, Mitch. Way to go.
You got to go with Justice and Oliver there doing a good job of stopping the hole up and giving Savage a chance to get in there. High fives for Mitch. Kill Milton checks in now, and you notice Mitch isn't coming off that field. Set that Rabbit line for you. It's Oliver, Savage, number 52 there. That's
Frosty, isn't it?
Yeah, Jason Frost. 65, Nickelberry, and Marlon Oliver coming in double duty at that left outside tackles.
I tell you what, something we haven't mentioned either. Nickelberry has done a great job
since he moved from that fullback position. He hadn't got the notice he had originally, but he's doing a good job. 46 and 83, Melton and Fouch out there at the tights. Oh, Everett's got a hole out there, and it's stopped up pretty quick. He's still got a good yard or two gain off of it. Nice sweeping move by the offensive line to give Everett a good little seam in there. And they're going to spot him. Look, I thought he got about 3 on that. They're giving him 2. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 8. Rabbits now. Split outs, they go between Casey Kidd, Billy Oliver. You'll see Noel in there. You'll see a couple other guys coming in there. Ben Collins will step in. Of course, Everett Dickerson pretty well owns the backfield there. You'll see Edgar Kidd come in there for him sometimes, like when he got that wind knocked down. Everett's trying to come around the outside. I don't know what he's going to do. He breaks 2 tackles and maybe picks up 2 more. It's going to bring up about a 3rd and 6 situation now for the Rabbits back in their own territory. Thought Eric was going to take it inside for a second there, and he just pulled it right on outside. I don't know if the lines are closing it in on him, but
I couldn't tell which way he was going to go with it that time.
It was hard to tell.
I mean, I knew which way he was going with it. I just couldn't tell whether he was trying to go further outside or take it on out the middle.
He was looking for something. It didn't materialize. New Boston's done a good job on the outside at times of really stopping up that Rabbit running game.
Everett's definitely had his chances tonight. Oh, Harrison didn't like something.
Timeout called by Ken Harrison, the quarterback for the Rabbits. 3:45 to go in the 3rd. Rabbits up 28-0. You're watching Rabbit Ball on AQC TV.
Experience color at its finest. Barfoot Jewelry has 2 gemmatologists on staff and has made a positive and distinct step toward the colored stone market. Barfoot offers fancy colored diamonds, all colors of garnets, sapphires, tourmaline, and much, much more. So come by Barfoot Jewelry at 703B West Main, Atlanta, and let us introduce you to color, custom color.
Rabbit sideline Friday, November the 4th.
Next week.
Atlanta Queen City game. Christ Center Homes is going to be having a chicken spaghetti supper over at the Queen City High School cafeteria. It'll be $3 for adults, $2 for the kids, and all the proceeds go to Christ Center Homes. Harrison tries to reverse there, and I don't think it's going to go anywhere. Casey Kidd is met for a big loss, really the first one tonight. Marlon Oliver gets up slow out there on the right side. There was no biting on that one. It just took too long to develop. And the Rabbit punting team will make a rare appearance this evening. I was saying they have chicken spaghetti over there, Italian spaghetti, green salad, bread, dessert, all that good stuff. Anyway, it's going to be at the Queen City High School cafeteria the night of the Atlanta Queen City game between 5 and 7 p.m. There's the punt. He's free, fair catches it and handles it. Chad Melton waiting right there on him, and New Boston will take it at the 40, their own 42-yard line.
Not but a 32-yard punt there, Andy.
Oh, well, it did its job. Rabbit defense back on the field, not to be confused with the Rabbit offense, which is one and the same in a lot of respects. Boy, Coach Melton's got them tights playing in. Inside move for about 3 before he falls down right over Mikael Justice and Randy Garner's side. That's Greg Fields playing that right outside linebacker, and somehow they're getting a good trap block in there and squeezing Justice out. I got to say earlier, Justice does a good job of stunning through and coming under a opposing offensive lineman, but sometimes you can get caught with that whenever you got a power I type formation. We got Mingo Clay checking in now from Marlon Oliver. Coach Melton wanted to give him a break since he's going both ways. A fresh set of legs in there. Hand off to the right side, right over Clay, and he is not biting at all, and they're swarming him at the 48-yard line. Pick up a maybe 2, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 3, make it 3rd and 5 situation.
Well, Andy, it looks like because of the way they were able to pick up so much yardage on their last possession, Coach Melton's got the fastest guys he can possibly get.
Seems like it. 28-0, just at 2 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. You know, New Boston's not acting like a team that's 28 points down. They're staying with the ground game, trying to chug it out. Get to figure a few more gadgets and traps out of them, trying to get, a quick strike and get back into the game.
Like what we were talking about before the half ended.
But they're staying with the power eye. They're just trying to slog it out with the Rabbit defense, and there's a good one around the left side. It's going to net him.
He got the first down.
Close to a first down, which that's good, but you've only got a quarter left. And now somebody's calling a timeout for a measurement here. Back to what I was saying.
I don't even think they needed to do that.
Oh, he got it.
Tell you what, Carlton Wade has been the busiest man on the field tonight.
Yes, he has. Referee's trying to clear it so they can bring the chains on the field.
They must not have a curfew tonight.
I'm really surprised, though. I'm saying he didn't get it. Boy, he
by a
didn't get
yard.
It by a yard. Boy, I don't know how they set them chains. Boy, it looked like it's closer than that from
The
here.
only thing I can figure is they didn't have the chains set up they didn't have the chains tightened up and down on the field.
I don't know. As it was, they're a yard short or close to it. 3rd and 1 now. They're not showing that on the sidelines.
4th and 1.
Or 4th and 1, excuse me. Now they're getting the chains lined up. That looks more like it. And let's see what happens there.
Kudos to whoever ordered the chain measurement.
Blitz, Savage blitzing, Melton blitzing. Oh, they're trying to spook him. Handoff in the back. Nails him for a 3-yard loss. Mitch Savage and number 62, Mingo Clay in there. Holy smokes. Now that's the other side of McCall Justice when he stunts. Nobody laid a hand on him before that power eye offense could even develop. It was rabbit ball.
Oh, man.
Minute 20 to go in the 3rd, and that had to get the rabbit offense fired up.
They do need to do a spark plug right now.
Casey Kidd and Billy Oliver coming in for the splits. Coach Scharnberg said he can also come with 2 flankers on this, 2 splits or any number of speed packages, and he can always keep those tight ends pulled in for the extra protection. Hand off to Everett right up the middle. He spins for 2. And play's just not developing quick enough for Everett to get through those lines. The line's doing a good job of blowing the holes in there.
There again, look how big they are.
They are big. And they can get a hand on one of our guys. A lot of times they're bringing them down.
You know, some of the scouts were saying at halftime that actually Atlanta didn't have the most talented players on the field. I don't say that. I think they just got the smallest players.
New Boston is lining up huge. They remind me a lot of Hooks, except they're a lot faster. All right, little Statue of Liberty. Harrison on the keeper up the middle. He's going to fall for about 2 more, and he's going to be brought down halfway to the first down at about the 45. Line's doing a good job of getting pressure in that backfield, Steve. That's something the offensive line needs to watch because he's trying to set up for a pass play there, and it just didn't work.
That's right.
Just about 23 seconds to go.
On the game clock. They'll get it off.
They'll get another play off. And that's going to bring the 3rd quarter to an end, though. Last play, most likely. Drop back pass for Harrison. He's under pressure again, and Steve, he's brought down number 60 for the Lions. Michael York did a good job of breaking through that rabbit offensive line, got a hand on Harrison's ankle after it broke some pressure and just brought him down for the sack, and that's going to bring up a 4th down when we come back. You're watching Rabbit Ball on AQC TV.
Let's go by Queen City Tire in Queen City. Mountain and Balance are free with 10% off tire sale at Cooper Tires. Queen City Tire, Queen City. Go by and see Kenneth Thompson, Lara Farrell, Jeff Marks, and Clifford McCaslin for Cooper Tires at Queen City Tire. Highway 59, Queen City. Cooper Tires at Queen City Tire.
Here's a shot for you. 12 minutes to go on the clock. Last quarter of varsity ball probably ever to be played out here at Bivins-Trice Stadium. Something to that. Something. You're going to miss it.
You know, the great thing, Andy, is we're going out the last season, absolute last season out here for varsity ball, and we're going out as district champions.
It's most likely that's what's going to happen. If the Rabbits hang on tonight, they'll win the district, and they'll start looking at Queen City next week in the playoffs. O'Kelly settles for the punt. Boy, he does a good job. We've got a flag in the backfield.
I have a feeling it's a holding call.
Most likely. And that's a pretty good kick down to about the 18-yard line of the Lions.
30 yards.
And we've got a New Boston Lion down back here just about where the blocking was for the Lions, for the Rabbits, for O'Kelly. So they may kick this one again. I don't know. That knocked about 2 clicks off the clock. I'm sure some of these guys are out here excited about the homecoming dance coming up tonight after the game. A few other things. I mean, 28-point lead.
Andy, I'm going to be quick to say this, but I wonder if that ball's not a little bit flat.
O'Kelly hadn't let.
He has not had the boomers he usually has, but the ball is coming off his foot in a dead way.
But keep in mind also that? Oh, they're still throwing footballs down there. They must have found another case of
They
those
cleaned
things.
up the vault.
Boy, they're letting a lot of them go tonight.
Some of these may say Cameron's Grocery on them.
And the injured lion number 54. Chris,
You had to grow up here to know that one.
number 54, Michael Diamond for Lions is getting up. Could be a knee there, Steve, the way they're carrying him off the field. He took a big lick back there.
Probably his last game of his
I
career.
missed the call on the penalty, but whatever it was, haven't assessed it yet.
Must have been declined.
Must have whatever it was. I guess they settled for the field position they got. Rabbit defense gets ready to make a stand here in the fourth quarter. Rabbits on top, 28-0. Hey, we're seeing something rare here as Emu James has to adjust to a split out for the Lions. And they try the handoff up the middle, then a pitch around the right side. And Steve, they're going to make some yards off this, but there's bodies all over the field out there.
Uh-oh. Come on, guys. Settle down a little bit.
That's going to be a 15-yarder.
I really didn't see any piling on there. I'm not quite sure what.
Could have been a late hit.
Or a bad face mask. Boy, they went up sound. Here comes that ball.
Personal foul against the Rabbits.
We didn't need
And
that.
the Rabbit fans not happy about that call at all, but I couldn't see it from over here exactly what happened, but there was a lot of contact and a lot of bodies flying as they came around the right side of that Rabbit end. And that's something they don't need. They just need to go in and take this one down. Rabbits got this game under control. They don't need to be getting down to that level. I'm sure New Boston's going to try and bait them some. Yeah, and you get frustrated. That's going to
Right. Which there one big water frustration out there right now.
Lions come back up to the line. James is back with the sole split out, number 45 for the Lions. That's Chad Raines. And the quarterback drops straight back. Greg Fields is in his face, and he's trying for the sack. He can leap.
Oh!
But holy smokes, did
Amy James, what a hit.
God.
Andy, that's the third one we've heard up here this year.
Man, I'm going to tell you what, Amy laid a lick on him. He sat there and waited him out to catch it. As soon as he had it, knocked him back 3 yards. Still good for about 8, though. But Greg Fields is back there all over that quarterback. And
Yeah, that was
when he went down.
was every bit the same as that hit Troy Aikman took last Sunday.
Well, he turned around just as he was about to try and go forward with it. And Emu had about a 3-yard dive on him, and it was over before it started. 2nd and 1.5 now. Make it 2 for the Lions. And they're moving the ball once again on the Rabbits, but they're not scoring. High formation, split right, 2 tight ends. Drop ball.
Oski.
And I don't know who the quarterback recovered it. Make it 3rd and 2, 3rd and 3 now. Good heads-up play by the quarterback, Robert, to get his hands back on the ball, though, before the Rabbits got it. Bobble snap. You're talking about O'Kelly having trouble handling that snap or kicking the ball. I think it's because it's a little cooler out here tonight.
Yeah.
And the ball's a little harder, and that does tend to
Well, no, but the harder ball has a tendency to go even further. It's going to come off his foot. This ball's coming off real flat, almost dead. I'll give you another reason why I'm saying that in a minute.
Single eye backfield split right once again, this time with Brad McCall.
There you go.
And
Justice.
McHale Justice lassos him and rides him to the ground. McHale crawling up on his shoulder pads there. Randy Garner finished him off. And that's going to bring up a 4th down now for the Lions. I'll be curious to see if they go for it here.
I don't think they have a choice, but I don't know what their coach is thinking.
They've surprised us here so far with some of their calls. We're setting for the punt return now. Oliver's dropping back, but they could go for a fake. Well, I mean, with only 3 or 4 yards to go here.
They're calling timeout to think about
That's what I wondered. If they do come out and go for it, they may just try and draw us off sides. We'll take a break. We'll be back in a moment with more Rabbit football right here on AQC TV.
Come here, close to the TV, and let me let you in on one of the best kept secrets in Cass County. The best lunch is at Ogburns Grocery, Farm to Market Road 74 in Queen City. Lunch is served daily from 11 to 2. So come on by and find out one of the best kept secrets in Cass County. Ogburns Grocery, Farm to Market Road 74. They're Bulldog proud in Queen City.
Here in the fourth quarter, Rabbits on top 28-0. Back to action after the Boston timeout. They're trying to punt from a fourth down, and they're going to kick to Collins's left.
Whoa, here
Got
goes
away
another
from that.
roll.
Good move, Ben.
Right
Let
to
it
the
roll at the
15-yard
15
line.
and be done with it. Oh, he was at a bad angle to try and take that one off. Money hop down here on the sidelines. Rabbit cheerleaders getting into it. Now the band's back after the third quarter break. And you see some of the Rabbit defenders coming off the field after get a break. A lot of these guys going two ways, though.
One more thing to defend what I was saying about the dead ball, Andy, or the flat ball. O'Kelly's last PAT didn't have the hook it normally has. It went straight up and with considerable height.
That's true.
A dead ball is going to do that. It's going to have a tendency to just kind of bloat. That's what it did.
That could very easily have been a problem. Bloat. That's not a new word. Marwin Oliver hurrying on the field.
Of bump and float.
They're fixing that to call timeout, Steve. Marwin Oliver came off the field with the defense and forgot to go back on it. And with 1 second left, Ken Harrison has to call timeout and stop the clock. You're watching Rabbit football on AQC TV.
No matter what the job, the lightweight, rugged 025 chainsaw from Steel will please everyone. With its unique safety features and power ordinarily found on professional saws, the 025 will tackle all your jobs with ease. Steel, why compromise? Available at Price Hardware in Atlanta for only $299.95 with a 16-inch bar. That's Steel at Price Hardware, 302 North Williams here in Atlanta.
Coach Scharnberg gave him a little pep talk there on the sidelines.
I won't say what I referred to it as.
I'll go that with Marwin Oliver, though, going both ways. Get a little tired down in the fourth quarter, and he just forgot. He was supposed to be on offense.
Just flat forgot.
All for the Rabbits stand up and holler, and indeed they did. A lot of the new Boston crowd checking out early, trying to beat the traffic.
Think we can get one more score here, Andy?
If they want to. They've got a little over 9 minutes left. Everett Dickerson breaks through the middle for about 6. Oh, good hit downfield by 61. Jimmy Hansen there.
We haven't seen a lot of him in the last couple of games.
His shoulder's been bothering. They were going to keep him out for a game or two. It's good to see him back in. He was way downfield when he made that lick on the safety.
Everett's had a really steady game, Andy. I haven't had a chance to add up what his stats are, but I'm sure he's around the 70 or 80 yard range right now.
Yeah, I'd like to see him go and turn another 100-yarder just to have 2 of them in the book this year.
Yep. Well, he got another touchdown.
Now, Oliver to the left. I think that's Collins to the right. Vice versa. Everett breaks. Oh, and
he's still moving.
I think he's going to be close to a first, Steve. Well,
I'll give it to him.
Power running there. Referees call timeout to unpilot and get a measurement. Bashy Noel checks in on the sideline for the play. Oliver stays in. And they're pointing first down for the Rabbits. Good run by Everett Dickerson there.
Yeah.
Hard run. Edgar Kidd checks in now for Everett, giving him a break.
This is really the first game where we've seen some truly sustained drives where we've taken the ball and just run it down their throats.
Indeed, and it's also against a good defensive line of these New Boston Lions. They've taken it to our players tonight anytime they've thought about letting down. Hand off to Kidd. He goes up the middle. Boy, Steve, that move. Steve, he could break this one. He's still got his feet at the 48-yard line when he's brought down. And would you believe there are no flags on this play?
20-yard pickup by Mr. Kidd.
Well, you know, they've been saying all year he's had the potential to break this. And, you know, to be a good runner, it's just the first 2 or 3 varsity games he showed up in, he's had the fumble fingers, little nerves and all that.
Well, he's needed something to strengthen his confidence. Maybe that was it.
Okay, Tommy Thomas checking in now for Edgar Kidd. I guess Coach Scharnberg will give all his tailbacks a little workout tonight and give Everett a break. He took a pretty good lick there in the first half, and he may be a little bruised from it, and they just want to rest him up. Hand off to Thomas this time. Tommy's going to break through there.
About an 8-yard pickup.
Good run by Tom. Now we've got flags.
Oh.
End of the play. We're going to have a little more trash talking. And it's the way it's been going against us. And they're talking to the Lions again. Holding this time, I believe. Rabbits are backing up. It's a reflex action.
We may be just the victims of our own success at this point, Andy.
It's just a reflex action. Number 63 now for the Rabbits. That's Adam Kennedy checking in on the line. Mitch Savage coming off the field for a well-deserved rest going.
He's got helmet problems.
So, do we keep Tommy in tonight? Who we got in the backfield? Thompson coming in for Harrison now. Coach Scharnberg's just going to try and run this one out. He's sitting in the second team. Tommy's on the sideline. Let's see who plays in the backfield now. And maybe Everett back there. I see him on the sideline over here. No, that's Kidd. Fumble. Stevie has had trouble with that all year, and this time the Lions pick it up. You know, and this is...
Did you tell who dropped that, Andy?
Thompson. It's tough on Brandon Thompson. He's not taken a lot of snaps this year, and he's come in quite a few times and just could not take the snap and fumble the ball. And this time he caught up with us. And New Boston's come out with 7:30 left to go in the game with very good field position from our own 41-yard line.
That's just sloppy. I hate to say it like that.
They're going to hand off, and Donnie Hunt gets a good hand in there to bring that one down at the side, right there at the line of scrimmage. So, I like that run Edgar Kidd made through there.
Oh, man. That's good. That's the future.
You know, Coach Scharnberg's been really wanting him to do something out here tonight, or the last few weeks, because he has had trouble holding on to the ball, and they don't want him to lose his confidence. They say he runs like crazy down there on the JV.
It's like we said, that's the future, because
That's
next
true.
year he's probably going to be the man.
That's right. Sophomore.
Uh-oh, blitz.
Oh, what a blitz, too. Throw over the middle. Steve. And
Brad was looking for one more time.
Had 6 on his eyes.
I wouldn't mind saying Brad McCall ended up with the last interception.
I hope the New Boston fans didn't bleed over into our microphones, because they were letting quite a few expletives go over there for an interference call.
That was just heads up.
Both fans. Yeah. They may have had something there. It was hard to tell. Brad closed in on it quick, but they say both of them had a right to go for the ball. 6 3/4 to go here in the fourth quarter, and final quarter of play at Bivins-Trice Stadium. 8 seconds to go on the shot clock. They've got to hurry up to get this one off. Handoff up the middle, and it's met right there by number 80, Randy Garner. Good solid lick late on the tailback there. And it's going to bring up a 4th and just about 8. Nope. Yeah, 8.
Yeah, 7, 8.
7, 8, something like that. And I think Coach Scharnberg's getting Ken Harrison ready to go back on the field. And this is 4-down territory. Coach Melton's signaling for him. Mitch Savage taking the cue. No sense in even bother punting at this late to go. They're standing.
This is really a suck-it-up moment, though.
Let's see who goes. Blitz on by the Rabbits. Quarterback on the keep. He tries to throw.
Oh!
There's not a flag on that.
Andy, there really should have been, but against both of them.
They were both pushing off each other, and since neither one of them elected to catch the ball, I guess they decided to call it off. But either defender or the receiver could have got called for that. That was a lot of hands-on play there. But the Rabbits pick it up right back just about where they lost it. And we're going to have a timeout called. Nope, they're not calling a timeout. They're just starting the clock. A little confusion on who's supposed to be in there. They're waving somebody off. They're waving number 55, Campbell, off the field now. Harrison's got 9 seconds to get it off. He's going to have to hurry him up to the line. Ooh, this is going to be close. Look at him run.
Wideouts in motion.
Snap it. And he calls timeout. He couldn't get it in there. He's got the timeouts to spare this week. So the Rabbits take a break.
I'd like to see us beat New Boston by as much as we beat Redwater.
See, that's what happens when you start running a lot of subs coming off the field. Somebody saying, well, you're going in this next series as soon as we get the ball. And somebody else has already gotten in there, and all of a sudden there's a big breakdown in communications. Coach Scharnberg, I'm sure, just trying to get these young men into play. We'll take a break, and we'll be back with more right here on AQC TV.
Musical question in the A2C TV Musicians Corner Gibson Acoustic Guitar Giveaway is coming up within minutes. So keep watching tonight's ball game on A2C TV. You can drop by the A2C TV studios at 201 Pinecrest, our Musicians Corner in Highway 59 in Queen City for complete details and an entry blank on how to enter our contest. At the end of football season, write down all the correct answers and you could be the winner of this Gibson acoustic guitar. From your friends at Musicians Corner, Highway 59 in Queen City, and Hometown Television, A2C TV.
Backup quarterback for Harrison to run the game out.
If he can't get the last interception, maybe the last touchdown.
He took that one smooth, too. Good handoff there to, was that Edgar Kidd? What a run.
Squirts through for about 4.
Good first down play. Edgar, who couldn't hang on to the ball 2 weeks ago, won't be denied now. Good to see old Brad back in there at quarterback.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for the last couple of weeks, wondering who would be a backup. I'm glad to see him in there. He had a lot of good moves last year.
You know, Brandon just having a lot of trouble handling the ball this year. I don't know why, but
I think a lot of it's just nerves.
Yeah, not getting a lot of snaps. So McCall's going to stay in there at quarterback. Now, this ought to be interesting. He can throw this thing, too. That's got to be a procedure call.
Too much time.
Yourself in the foot. So McCall comes off to get another play. Well, that rabbit reflex kicking in again. And it'll be 2nd and 11 instead of 2nd and 5. God.
Oh, well, spot your football.
Well, the Rabbits, I mean, this is a lot of substitution penalties here, you know, procedure calls. These guys aren't used to playing this way together. You got a bunch of guys that haven't been on there a lot this year, and they're just anxious to get out there and do something. They jump a lot of times.
Hey, it's another junior out there, Chris Farney, in there at tackle.
We got Bashy over here on the right. I can't tell who that is on the left. I'll catch him in a minute. Handoff up the middle. Edgar Kidd spins off 1 tackle, spins off 2, and maybe gets 3. Good running, a good heads up, non-stop running.
Thought we were going to see something like Everett where they lose. He gains 3 yards, they lose 5 on, and then he comes back and gains 12.
They're trading out the whole offense here, Steve. McCall coming in with, I'll have to just catch him when they come on. McCall came in with Oliver and a couple of other receivers, number 53.
Adam Kennedy, another senior coming off.
Is that Kennedy coming off? Yep. I can't catch them all. If I miss somebody, I'm sorry. All right, McCall on the option. He keeps it, Steve. He rolls off 1 tackle. And, Steve, he rolls. Oh, they got a late hit now. McCall's mad, too. McCall is mad, and the crowd's mad.
Absolutely no sense in that.
That was just ridiculous. All that is frustration. They're not trying to grind it out. Personal foul on the lines. That's a first down penalty plus 15 yards. So this is going to put the Rabbits in line territory now. I mean, Brad was just trying to run the ball up. He wasn't, and he came in with a real late hit. And one thing, I hate to see that, Brad's got that weak shoulder anyway.
Right. They also forget they were hitting a defensive player when they did that. They didn't expect him to come up like he did.
He didn't seem very happy about it. Coach Scharnberg and Coach Melton talking to him on the sideline. Just settle down, guys. Let's put this in the bank. Under 5 to go now. And the Rabbits may try and put another one on the board now. Hand off to Edgar. Look at him break through the middle there, Steve. He picks up 6 before he's brought down. And
not another one.
The fisticuffs are starting to break out. The lines are hitting late.
I guess it was just a warning whistle.
Hansen in there with that parade. And I thought he picked up 8. They're going to give him 5 on the run. And King's coming in now for the Rabbits. And he's coming in at tight end for Fouch. McCall's got about 17 seconds to set this line. Oliver split right. Handoff up the middle. Who is this? That's Tommy Thomas, and we're probably going to get a holding call most likely against the Rabbits here.
I don't know, Andy. And Thomas picked up about 5 or 6 on that.
He did a good run. He made a good run through there.
Actually, we're looking at serious first down yardage there.
Except for that little yellow rag there between the referees.
Holding
against
Rabbits.
Back them up 10 and try it again. Under 4 minutes to go. This is some sloppy football we're watching here.
Well, there again, it's like you said, we don't know that if everybody's playing a position they played before.
That's true. Coach Scharenberg and Coach Melton are running a lot of kids on and off the field here. One thing I can say it's encouraging, these backup tailbacks, Thomas and Kidd, are doing a good job of handling the ball here, and that's something we've got to look forward to. Oliver split right. That's number 42, Danny Stuckey, waiting on the ball and almost had it taken away from him.
By the way, is that Danny the guest spurt Stuckey?
Yes, I forgot. He did win that last week, didn't he? He was the only one. He was one of 3 that picked Denver to beat San Diego. Unbeaten San Diego. It's a good call, Danny. Number 54, Chris Kidd, coming off the field now. Let's see who they're going to leave McCall in there. Edgar Kidd at the tailback. We've got a 3rd and about 15 now. And they're just going to try a little handoff up the middle. It's not going to go anywhere, and they're going to let O'Kelly punt this one away.
Boot for average, Kelly.
And the punting team comes in. 3 minutes now left to go on the clock. Final game here to be played at Bivins-Trice Stadium. And Rabbits winning it, well on their way to another district championship.
Nice snap.
Nice. Good. I said it was on its way to being a good kick. It's going to go out at about the 25-yard line.
That wasn't but a 21-yard punt.
That pretty well does it, though. If Atlanta wins tonight, no matter what, they take the district.
That's right.
Even if they were to lose to Queen City next week, or this Friday night as it is now.
Well, New Boston has all of 2 minutes and 49 seconds to try to spoil that. I think the homecoming dance is going to have a lot more special effects to it than we know.
Damn. They better be ready to play this Friday night, though. I'm going to tell you what, Queen City is going to be coming with all their guns loaded.
By the way, Andy, while we got a chance, I want to let everybody know about a special event taking place in Linden next week. It's titled Get a Life. It's a praise and worship service that'll be held at the American Legion Hall. The worship leader is going to be Paul Fitz, and it'll be at 6:30 on November 5th.
Lions just keeping it on the ground here. And he may have got one. Boy, their lack of passing here in the second half really surprised me.
Yeah, well, it's almost as if they conceded it. They're just trying to beat up on us.
They never really came out with any gadgets or anything, trying for the quick strike or anything. That did surprise me. Because even at 28-0, I mean, they never were really just completely out of the game. They had a couple of really nice breaks through the Rabbit defense, but they couldn't capitalize on them. 2 or 3 times they were down inside the 30, and the Rabbit defense held up. Kidd coming in now hurriedly. And
boy, that's a big boy.
He is, indeed. Cale Melton rolling off the top of the pile. Good stop there on the left side.
He could fall forward for 5 yards.
43, Broderick Henderson checking in for AMU now. 54, Chris Kidd coming off the field. He's square.
One thing about it, New Boston gets rid of the ball in a hurry.
Justice coming off now. They do that.
They've had some fast series. We've had the ball back almost as quickly as we've given it up.
Jason Inslee back in the secondary now, backup safety. He's at 81 over there. That's a number I haven't called. Courtney Richardson over at the left corner. Boston drops back. They're going to try and throw this. Holy cow, there was some coverage in the backfield. Look at that, 84, Curtis King. Excellent pursuit by King on the quarterback.
That was some nice pursuit.
Hey, look at here. Hanson's coming in at a defensive tackle or end here.
Gardner's coming off.
Defensive end. And is that Greg Fields trying to come off? Now Hanson's coming off.
Gee, Andy, 4 down territory.
And then some. I think they're going to punt this.
Why not?
And Jason Inslee is going to be back to receive. If he gets
Why,
this,
Jason?
He's got people coming all over him. He's going to just get away from it.
Ooh! That was...
81, Courtney Richardson did not have a clue that ball was just about to hit him in the foot. Barney Capel, 64, Brandon Blizzard.
We still have the ball.
Billy Oliver. Let's see, 21. Make sure I get it right. Joe James. That's one I haven't called.
We've had the ball for more series in this quarter than we had the whole game last week.
Antonio Parker going in there, Curtis King going in there, and Brad McCall coming in to run out the final minute and 3 seconds of this game. Unless New Boston's going to really contest this, he can go to the knee 3 times. Now what happened? Oh, we had a jump.
55, Kevin Capel.
Capel. I've been saying his name wrong. So that backs it up 5. And the Rabbits pick up a 1st and 15 now. Remember those last 2 home games we had, how fast they went?
Yeah. Sure are a lot of people leaving now.
Yeah, well, there was a lot of people here. Most of New Boston clearing out now. There's the handoff, and Edgar Kidd in there getting some good time in the backfield, just holding on to the ball. Steve, they should be able to go down twice now and just run this one out. They'll stretch it out.
Those are some necessary carries by Kidd, though.
He needs them, and tonight he's really showed some poise at tailback. It'll be nice. It's nice to know we've got someone back there who can step in for Everett.
All right, we're nearing the last down.
Yeah, I missed Everett not playing defensive tackle tonight. Thomas hands off, or McCall hands off to Thomas. There's a flag, and I think he may accidentally get out of bounds. They're saying stop the clock. There's a flag out there anyway. It's going to stop it. 29 seconds to go. It's going to bring up a 2nd or 3rd down play.
What's the infraction here?
Probably a hold. Most likely. You've got all these new offensive bodies out here. 29 seconds to play left here at Bivins-Trice Stadium for the last time. Steve, next week, or this Friday night, we're on the road to Queen City, and that'll round out the district play, and then whoever we end up with in the playoffs, Linden, Jefferson.
I wonder if Coach Scharnberg's going to try to give Coach Ford directions to Queen City Stadium. They had a tough enough time getting to getting to Clarksville.
They sure did. We did too, though, if you think about it.
Can't wait to see the tape.
13, 12, 11 seconds left. All they've got to do is
let's get a playoff, guys.
Actually, they don't even have to get a playoff. The clock's going to run out. Now they're going to pitch it left to Edgar Kidd. He's going to be swarmed, and saying nobody late hits him. You believe he went out of bounds there? He almost had a second left on the clock. 28-0.
Do you think he wanted one more play?
I don't know what he wants. I think he's just trying to keep from getting hit too hard. That's it, Steve. 28-0. Rabbits on top. They win the final home game probably ever to be played here at Bivins-Trice Stadium. And it was a big homecoming. It was a big game for the Rabbits. This pretty well solidified their district championship.
Hey, we're it. District champions.
That's it. And
bring out a Queen tape.
That's right. 1994 district champions. First time we've been in District 13-3A, and pretty well.
Bring on the championship.
Bring on the championship. Next week we're playing Queen City. Queen City, you can bet, will be up for us. We'll be back with a couple of closing thoughts right after this on AQC TV.
Here's tonight's musical question in the A2C TV Musicians Corner Gibson Acoustic Guitar Giveaway. What famous ragtime artist has a mural of him in downtown Texarkana? Do you know the answer? Then keep listening for details on how you could win this Gibson acoustic guitar from your friends at Musicians Corner, located on Highway 59 in Queen City, and Hometown Television, A2C TV.
Rabbits gathering down here in front of the band.
Pretty momentous occasion right here, Andy. A lot of different emotions passing over a lot of people as they line up here.
A lot of people who 10, 20, 30 years ago played on this field.
I wouldn't doubt that there are a lot of tears being shed right now.
That's right. And you can see the Rabbit seniors saying goodbye to the stadium, some of the sophomores and juniors too. The Rabbits are the 1994 district champions for District 13-3A. We've got one more district game in Queen City this Friday night. The Dogs are come ready to play. They've got a spirited team over there, and they'll be coming in with a head of steam after a win tonight.
Queen Queen City had a win tonight.
Yeah, so they'll be coming in with a good-headed steam.
Win last Friday night. So.
Yeah, well, generally speaking.
Time warp.
But anyway, we appreciate y'all joining us tonight. We've had a good game. You know, enjoyed the homecoming tonight.
It's been a lot of fun. Maybe we can get a bonfire together for the first playoff game.
Yeah, we can do that. Anyway, we appreciate you joining us tonight. Stay tuned now for Coach Scharnberg right here on the Coaches Show right here on AQC TV. Good night.
Are you being bugged? Then give Steve or Andy a call at Russian Pest Control, 796-7533. Complete Pest Control. Call Steve or Andy and they'll come rushing to your aid. That's Russian Pest Control. Call them at 796-7533. Russian Pest Control.
The Hometown Television High School Coaches Show. I'm Steve Rushing, along with head coach and athletic director for the fighting Atlanta Rabbits, Coach Ben Scharnberg. Coach, we pulled out another one. 28-0. But the first thing I got to say is, how about that offense?
Well, you know, our offense right now, Steve's coming on. We've talked about it before, and you know, we put in the new offense a couple of games back, and you know, I think it's the best thing for us. Of course, we may vary on some different things, but we're peaking right now. We're coming on. Our offensive front's blocking better, and you know, our receivers, of course, are running tremendous routes. Kenneth's doing a good job throwing the ball, and we're making some smart choices at the line of scrimmage. We're audibling now. We're getting to where we can do those type of things later on in the season. So, you know, I'm really tickled. It's an exciting thing to see come around when you work on something all year long, and now you're finally starting to see the rewards from it. You know, last night I even called a couple of audibles from the sideline. You know, so you know, and our kids were smart enough and wise enough to pick it up, and it makes it fun. It really does. So we're clicking right now.
Let's get into the nuts and bolts of it. Now, what it does is it gives you the opportunity to have 2 tight ends, 2 wideouts, and then a single running back.
Well, it does that, and yeah, it does. And what it allows you to do is move one of your flankers to one side or the other, and you have trips. You know, it puts the defense in a heck of a position because, and there are going to be people out there that are going to try to defense us, and I know they are. You know, there's some smart coaches out there.
Right.
But when you go to trips, you still got a tight end on the backside that you can run to. So you know, you really don't know what side of the coin we're going to run after. And whereas in the old days, when you went to a pro set, you had a tight end and a flanker, and you had a split end.
Right.
You know, I'll be the first one to tell you, I was very predictable when I was in those formations because I loved to run to my tight end.
Right.
So, you know, call me stupid or whatever or getting wiser, but you know, I wanted to go this offense some time back because it stopped people from picking on us and sliding and getting strong on one side or the other. So I'm really tickled with it. Our kids are picking it up, and of course it puts the ball in a good running back's hands, and Everett, and you know, when he's running hard and running strong, you know, he's hard to bring down and hard to stop, and things are coming on right now.
Well, he had almost 120 yards last night, so this is 2 weeks in a row he's broke the 100-yard barrier. Not only that, we've gotten touchdowns out of him.
That's right.
So,
it's you know, it's an added plus. You know, we talked about this 2 weeks ago. One of the things you ask, you know, why did we put it in? We've got to get the ball in his hands. You know, Everett gets stronger as the game goes on, and he's just a strong young man, and it helps him as far as his confidence and morale level, and it helps our football team, and that's why we're in it. So it's really helped us.
Well, his runs last night, he's gone back to a power runner because it was deceptive. I thought when I left out, somebody said, "How many yards did Everett have?" I said, "Oh, probably 70 or 80. Not like he did last week." And I started adding up, going, "Golly!"
I know it.
So it's a good thing to have that. Ken Harrison, I noticed last night a lot more poise. I have a feeling you're going to start looking at transcripts and birth certificates here now to see how many more years we can have.
No, I'm not even going to get into that with a 10-foot pole. No way. No, Kenneth's done an admirable job. He's done a great job for us, and it's like I said a long time ago when we were, when he moved here and everything turned out fine for the young man, that the good Lord's blessed him. Right. I wish I could tell you that it's coaching, but I'll be the first one to tell you, Steve, I stay basically out of his way. Right. and let the young man perform, and he's a go-getter. He's like a lot of kids we have. When you turn them loose, they're going to make things happen, and he makes things happen. The first touchdown pass he threw last night, I knew they were going to be bringing a stunt. It was a third down. We ran a bootleg pass. He eluded 2 tacklers and made a throw to Jeff, and we scored on it. And the rascal just makes things happen, and the good Lord's really blessed him, and he's having fun at it, and our football team's having fun at it, and I think that's the key right now.
Right. Speaking of Jeff, how's his back?
Oh, Jeff's back's fine. I think he has not had any problems. I talked to his mom and pop a little bit last night, and they did not relay any problems with it. So I think Jeff's fine. I think touchdowns and catches help a kid a little success more than anything else. And Jeff is a very hard-nosed young man. He's not the kind that when he's hurting, he's going to really let you know, but he's going to play through the pain. He's done a great job.
Can he catch a pass with both feet on the ground?
I'm going to tell you what, I don't know whether or not he can or not. He's always, and really, you can't blame him. He shields his body away from the person that catches it and usually lands on his behind, but the results are always good, so I'm not going to gripe about it. He made some super catches last night, and again, he's a hard-nosed young man. He's one of many young men we have that really give you an unbelievable effort, and I'm awful proud of him.
Defensively, 83 total yards. That's amazing. That's not amazing. That's phenomenal. This far into the season, you expect him to be getting tired. I had a sports writer that called me last night. He said, "Okay, well, how about some defensive stats? Give me some individual stuff." And I said, "There's nothing individual. This is a complete team effort." Was I right in that?
Yes. You said the right thing. I've got the Texarkana Gazette always calls me and wants to know about our individual stats defensively and offensively, and we changed our philosophy a little bit this year in what we've done in the past. We aren't spending time on individual stuff like we've done in the past. Right. That's why you don't see a lot of stuff on our headgears. The only thing you see on our headgears are pride stickers for wins. We want to stress team.
Right.
If we have a kid that rushes for 100 yards, he's rushing for 100 yards because our offensive line and receivers and quarterbacks are doing a good job calling the offense and blocking well. If our defense is stopping people to 83 yards total offense against a good football team, then it's a team effort. Right. We don't care who makes all the tackles and who gets the sacks, but I can't tell those people that. We don't keep it. And they'll say, "Well, goodness gracious, how in the world, or how's the kid going to make All-State or whatever?" Well, I'm going to tell you what, I think a lot of deception, I think a lot of misleading stuff is given when All-State teams are picked. It'd be easy for me to call the 3A sports writer who's in charge and says, "Hey, Everett Dickerson rushed for 2,000 yards this year."
Right.
Well, you and I both know that'd be BS, and I'm not going to do that. Some people possibly do, I don't know, but if they can't take my word on it as a head coach that the young man's a quality athlete and a quality kid,
right,
and he's performed well, then he doesn't need to be on there.
Well, we've got miles of film here to prove anything they want to know.
Yeah, we do.
Also on the defense last night, we noticed that you didn't have to bring in Kenneth. You didn't have to bring in Everett as much. Matter of fact, I didn't see Everett on the defensive side of the ball all night. So
we didn't bring him in a whole lot last night, and it possibly wasn't because Coach Melton didn't want to. I think Everett wanted to save himself a lot for offense last night, and I told him before the game, I said, "Listen, Rascal, we're going to try to get the ball in your hands 20, 25 times, and again, I want a 100-yard rushing game out of him. He's performed well, but defensively, we're playing awful good football right now. We've got a lot of kids that we can bring in there. One particular kid we brought in last night that did a super job for us was Mingo Clay.
Yep.
We brought Mingo Clay in last night at a defensive 2 for us to relieve Marwin every once in a while, and Mingo did a super job. He's been a kid that's been a pleasant surprise for us, and we're tickled. Think about it, and because we're going to have those type of kids down the road somewhere. But
that's what I was going to say. You need those players to come to the front right now.
That's true. We're going to have to, and that's one reason why, you know, people keep saying, well, gosh, dog it, coach, you could have beaten them by 50 points, or you could have beaten Redwater last week by 80 or whatever. I'm not in this business to humiliate people. You know, we got a bad rap when we came into this district.
Right.
Everybody thought we were going to crush people and kill people, and sure, maybe we've had the chance to do maybe that, but I'm not that type of coach. I'm not going to humiliate kids, and my goal is to get all of our kids to play if we have an opportunity, and that's what I do. If our kids are going to come out there and practice and work and sweat and bleed all week long, then they're going to get in the ball game if I can possibly get them in, and that's why we do what we do.
Sour note. Penalties.
It's been a sour note all year long for there. Penalties have hurt us. You know, again, you and Andy and I were talking before we started. I think a lot of it has to do with the reputation we've got. You know, again, I don't whine and bellyache about officials. I've only done that once, and that was 2 years ago at Commerce, and when we played Tyler in Commerce. But we're getting a lot of penalties called on us. And of course, I find it hard to believe that we're the only football team in East Texas that are holding.
Right.
And you know, New Boston didn't have one holding call last night. I think we had 5 or 6. So you know, that's the way the ball game goes. And you know, and I think a lot of times the officials today get tunnel vision. I think they get zeroed in on one particular kid, and they can't get off of that one kid. And I think it hurts that one kid tremendously. But we're losing all the good officials in the business today. Why, I don't know. It may be because of the abuse that they get from the stands, from the fans, from the coaches, or whatever. I don't think the coaches are doing it, but we're losing the good ones, and the young ones are being pushed into work so fast and so hard that they're really not ready for it. And you know, hopefully they'll get a little bit more consistency.
Okay. There was a lot of spirit last night. Actually, that may be the most fired up I've seen a Rabbit team that I can ever remember. It may be the most fired up I've ever seen a stadium. That's the most people I can remember the stadium, our side of the stadium ever having for one game. How are you going to recreate that this week?
Well, you know, I don't think we have to recreate anything this week. I think
that's what I wanted you to say.
Goodness gracious alive, we're playing Queen City. You know, I know Mike's standing right out there right now with Mr. Corn, and they're thinking the same thing. It does not make any difference if we were playing for the district title. We had a tremendous game 2 years ago with them, which could have gone either way. Or if we're playing for the cellar. You know, our two communities, I wish there were better feelings between us sometimes than what it really is, but there's not a whole lot of love lost there. Right. And, you know, it's a rivalry and a half of the two schools. The kids at the two schools really get along well together. I think it's the adults a lot of times in both communities that can't handle it. But, you know, I'm looking for a heck of a ball game. I really am. Mike's going to have his kids ready to play, and our kids are going to be ready to play. We're not overlooking anybody, and you can take that to the bank. We want to go out and prove ourselves one more time and play hard-nosed football and get after it.
Okay. Well, that was a wrap for today. We appreciate you tuning in. We hope to see you next week. I'm Steve Rushing, along with head coach Ben Scharnberg.
Are you being bugged? Then give Steve or Andy a call at Russian Pest Control, 796-7533. Complete Pest Control. Call Steve or Andy and they'll come rushing to your aid. That's Russian Pest Control.